I'ma go more. Go.
What's up, guys?
Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm in a good mood now.
Good fucking mood, man.
Yeah.
Like, great mood. Welcome to OSA, Out of Shape Allstars, episode 20. Drew, how you say that in Spanish? King say, right?
No.
How you say it then? What you say?
Vente, right?
No,
yeah.
I'm trying to hear what Drew said.
Why am I don't want?
What is it, Drew?
We got Eddie.
Say it again?
What is it, Drew? What is it? 20 Spanish.
Vente, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
It sounds right. It sounds right. All right. But again, this is episode 20. Yo, we lit because we got some dope shit that took place and we ready to unveil it for you, motherfuckers. We love y'all. So we try to make every episode better. Now, also, pod brought to you by Culture Capsule, as well as sponsored by Don's LLC. No longer Inc.
Yes, that's right.
So, before we get into the shit, gotta go around and introduce my cast, introduce the team. Now, last week he went here. We dealt with some real shit. Most likely the mud, but he back. So, give it up for our host with the most, Eddie Hortada.
Thanks for holding it down for me last week, guys.
Of course, bro. We gotta do it. Up next, we got the kid Johnny 5.
And for that little dinner from Wednesday.
Our word got the win.
Yeah, Johnny got treated that day. That was really good.
That's what's up. But up next, speaking of Johnny, shout out to the homie Johnny 5 here. Rapping, Don's LLC hat on. Don's. Give it up for K-Jack.
Yeah.
We got next our local sneakerhead with the Looney Tune Toon Squad shirt on. We were just talking about the Toon Squad last episode. He rapping today. Give it up for Just DQ.
What up, guys?
Now, he got the OSA shirt on, collar intact.
Yeah, looking good today.
Yo,
Drew.
doing the
Intact.
same shit.
Change my nigga.
He's doing the same shit.
Give it
Pull
up
it from the
for
back, man.
Give it up for the homie Drew.
What's up, everybody? What up?
And last but not least, Molly at the pod. My mama called me Devin, so you can call me Devin. All right, let's get into the shit in case you missed it. Now, we usually start with COVID and sports. Ain't really shit going on there, which is a good thing. So, moving past that.
Backspace, delete that.
Yeah, backspace, delete that. So, we're moving into the MLB recap. Now, Eddie has been up to date with everything that's going on. We just had the MLB deadline, correct, Ed?
Yep.
So what's going on in the world of baseball right now?
It's nuts. So I guess like you would call it like who's selling, who's buying, right? So clearly the Red Sox are selling. They are crushing their team. They're trading. They went ahead and traded Oshnick to the Cubs, Pilar to the Rockies, and another reliever, Chapman, to the Cubs as well. And then they traded Mitch Moreland to the Padres. That gives me to my buyers of this trade deadline is the San Diego Padres. Not only did they trade for Mike Moreland, but they did a monster trade for a bunch of bench guys to get Mitch Korver, a really, really solid starting pitcher. Literally gave them, obviously, from the Cleveland Indians. So the Indians became sellers. Padres went crazy getting all those trades in. So it looks like they're a serious team, and they could give the Dodgers a run for their money in the NLCS.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Padres is like for real. Like
they're offensively they had that their pitching was shaky, but with Mitch with Mike Clevenger on the team now, we're gonna see what's gonna happen.
Yeah. All right, what else going on in baseball? And I know we just had the Subway Series, the COVID
Brutal.
Subway Series. How's that going? New York fans.
So basically, not being biased at all, the Yankees are struggling right now. A lot of it is due to injury. A lot of it is due to a horrible catcher that we need to sit down for a little while and let Kratz do his thing. But we won 3 of those games out of the 5 in the Subway Series by the skin of our teeth. And currently we are losing Tampa Bay, who has shocked the world.
Yeah, they've been beating the shit out of us.
Yeah, we got to see how this plays out. But, you know, hometown heroes, they could do it still.
DQ, how you feeling about them mess in the Subway Series?
the first 2 games was cool. Last 3, like, they struggled a little bit, mainly because little small issues. But I was kind of surprised because he went on that little run where they were like 2 games under 500, and then the Yankees ended this fucking that up first. But it's okay though.
Classic Mets fashion. And also A-Rod. So I mean, this is good news for you too, no?
Strowman's they let him Strowman by the team.
A-Rod's out, and it looks like Uncle Stevie Cohen is gonna buy that team.
Yeah,
That's a good thing,
that's
right?
a good look.
That's good.
Buy the
That is a good
team,
look.
change the stadium name to Shea Stadium 2.
Whatever he's got to do, get players here. More importantly,
He's changing it from City Field to Shitty Field.
nah, stop with the shitty field. It's such a good field.
Nah, it is.
It's one of the best
No.
things.
Yeah,
I mean,
No, that's false. But it is really nice though.
That is true, dude. Have you been to City Field?
Yeah.
Been to
I've been
Yankee
there.
Stadium,
City Field's the
too, that's
best.
for sure.
City Field's the best. I hate going to
Nice.
Yankee Stadium. New Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, the Yankee Stadium location there does it sucks.
Right.
Like, all that traffic and all that.
In the
It's
hood.
like Yankees don't like allow you to watch the game from any point of view. That's why
I
City
feel like City Field.
That's not entirely true because our new stadium was built so that you can be at the concession stands and see the field too. But your stadium is a lot better.
No, yeah, there's not a bad seat in City Field. Not a bad seat.
I've never been to City Field.
Yeah,
It's a really we should go when the world opens up and in what, like 2023. We should all go to a Subway Series game.
Bro,
Yeah,
I had tickets.
Game time app, I getting tickets like $2.
Yeah, tickets
Well,
are cheap too.
No, I don't like that game time.
Especially the day of.
Little shameless plug. I ain't the biggest baseball fans, but I do see them boys on the south side of Chicago. They're playing real fucking good. No White Sox, man. So
Yeah, the White Sox actually they made some moves this weekend.
They a team to watch out for, man. Cubby's doing good as well, but it seems like Chicago is having a good year in baseball right now. It's a Kobe year, so why not? Like, who can't have a good year now? But South Side is looking good, and North Side is we don't like y'all anyway. Anything else in baseball before we move on?
I think that's most of it.
All right. So most of it. So
Yeah,
no,
Red Sox suck. Padres good. That's it.
Yeah, we pretty much
You
covered
know
that.
what keeps surprising me though? The White Sox. The White Sox is actually doing good.
Yeah, I try to fully listen to the episode last week? Did we discuss? Hey yo, John, you did you just black out or something? Like
What?
I just said that.
John smack, bro. We
We
just had a 2-minute conversation about the
Yeah.
White Sox.
Yeah, I must have blacked out. I was trying to.
Yeah.
This nigga was daydreaming, counting chicken.
No, he dead ass turned into Buddy from Pootie Tang. That.
Oh, yeah.
What you said?
Oh yeah, you know it's hot out.
Yeah, nobody brought up the no hitter.
That's what I was gonna say. You cut me off, you jerk. I was gonna say, did you guys?
Yo, you waited for me to actually talk to say, oh, somebody did it. Yeah, I just said,
I was about to say. I was gonna say. I tried to fully listen to last week's episode. I only caught the middle of it. But did we discuss the perfect game? My whole week was all screwed up last week.
We did not discuss the perfect game.
So that was a
Yeah,
perfect
that's
game.
what
John, take the floor, John.
it wasn't a perfect game. It was a no hitter.
Right.
Oh yeah, no hitter, yeah.
But that's why I'm saying White Sox is doing good. The nigga John said.
No,
Before we go.
I'm not on that. I was sending a text message at the time y'all was talking about. I sent a text message. So that's
Yo, that shit was funny.
I went to bring up. I brought it up to segue into the no hitter, but I ain't gonna say he was about to bring it up. I'm talking. He could have brought it up when y'all was talking about it.
Oh yeah, I stopped talking because they started cracking up, and I thought I missed something because I was looking something up. But
Yeah,
all
but
right.
why didn't you that was my point. I was trying to segue into.
Okay.
I said, yo,
all right.
Southsiders are doing good. White Sox John said, you know what?
Yeah, them White Sox, they doing good too.
I gotta get my.
He said, "Do from Pootie Tang too."
You never know if I get that one booper. That booper really.
That's funny.
It's hard to get into a Biggie Shorty party.
Word. That's funny as hell. All right, we moving on.
Yeah, that ain't Pootie. I just said that ain't Pootie Tang. I said it's Duty Tang.
You're right. Yo, we're doing an NBA recap now. Aside from players did, protest, boycott, protest. Started with the Milwaukee Bucks. Took a few days off because of the injustice, the social injustice in the world. Specifically, recently, when the homie, what's his name?
Jacob Blake.
Jacob Blake.
David Blake. Yeah, okay. I don't know where you were going.
Yeah, Jacob Blake was shot in the back by, officer 7 times, which was
excessive.
Excessive.
Yeah.
So players took a few days off to figure out what they're going to do. Because, again, with the platforms that they have, we as sports fans, sports is what brings us together, kind of what brings the world together. So when shit like this happen, we expect for our athletes and our us being fans of athletes to address things that's going on and be a part of the change, a righteous change. So players took a few days off to figure out what they're doing. It seems as though they're using their power and influence to get the powers to be to do something. Because, a lot of these owners have political ties. They friends with the powers that be, these politicians. So that's who we need to actually use their relationships to get shit done. And it seems like the players are leveraging their power to get their owners and their presidents and all their people, the powerful people in the NBA, to do what's needed to be done. So I'll just pose, we ain't gonna stay too long on it, but I'll pose a question to you, Eddie. Did you agree with the boycott, the short interim boycott that was started with the Milwaukee Bucks?
Yeah, I did appreciate that it was Milwaukee that did start it. I mean, it did happen in the state that they play basketball for. I know they're not there now. But I've been on record saying this in our group chat, and I think later on you're going to hear it, and I'm going to say it again because I think it's positively brilliant. I mean, for such a long time, we wanted sports. COVID shut that down, didn't let that happen. It's funny that it started with basketball being the first sport to shut down due to COVID, and then it shut down sports altogether. This time, the players decided we're shutting down sports because this is what they were fighting for. This is what we're all fighting for. Obviously, when we say Black Lives Matter, I don't know how many times we have to tell you people this, but it doesn't mean that Black lives are above other lives. No, It means that Black lives are should be equal to, and this country isn't showing us that it is. Yeah. And again, it had a lot of NFL training camp practices to also protest. You also had the NHL. You also had the MLB postpone a bunch of games. So it took the eyes onto the sport. I guarantee you the ratings after were great. Yeah, sure, you're going to lose a lot of people, but you didn't have those fans to begin with. So, but now you're opening up more eyes, and you saw what they did, how they opened up during the games when we finally got sports back on. So, using your platform to demonstrate what you stand for. God bless.
Right.
Thank you.
God bless you. And again, this is what we need for all of us to stand together. Because again, this ain't a Black issue. This is a world issue. We all want to be treated fairly and equally. And when we see injustice and discrimination as a people, whether you Black, brown, or blue, we should all stand together and fight for the people that are the injustice is happening to. So definitely appreciate Milwaukee doing what they got to do, and then everyone else following Milwaukee in every sport, from baseball to the NHL, and all the athletes in the NBA, using their power, leveraging their power and their influence to speak on some real shit, because we need to stop trying to hide this shit. This shit is happening. Let's address it. Let's make tomorrow better. So just was dope, and we appreciate you guys doing that. But other than that, in NBA, we are in the playoffs. We're almost at the second round. So by the time you guys hear or see this, we will be fully
should be there.
Yeah, we should be fully in the second round of the playoffs. Mavericks just got cooked.
Mavericks got eliminated.
Yeah.
Got eliminated.
Blazers out. Magic's out.
I'm Melo. It was really nice to see you for a little bit. You deserve to be on the team next year.
Melo definitely showed up in that game too. Melo was balling. He
Right.
Without Dame, CJ balled too. The Blazers
definitely balled
in the last game without Dame, but
I don't know how the players are going to survive without CJ's wine over there in the bubble.
And shout out to Dame.
He had a wine cellar in his room, pretty much, right?
Yeah. His wine. Yep.
like 87 bottles delivered or something crazy.
Yep.
Like,
Damn.
what is you doing?
DQ, you said Dame just had a shorty?
Yeah, Dame just announced he's
I
having
know.
with his
And Mike Conley just had his kid not too long ago, so congrats to him.
Also, that Denver Utah is going to 7 and
Yeah, finally, thank God. Oh my God, I wanted a Game 7 so bad. I wanted all these series to be Game 7.
Mitchell versus Murray has been one of the.
Yeah, didn't he put up 50?
Yeah, 50.
50, 47, and 50, I think.
Yikes.
No, the
Murray
crazy
scored
part is, though, bro shot
And
71%.
Mitchell scored 50. They both scored 50 twice.
He scored a 71% clip. That is insane.
I said this one was going to be probably the best of the first round because they close in. So I figured this would go to 7. But who y'all got coming out of this Jazz Nuggets?
I got Denver.
I want to pick them.
I think this is going to 7. I think Denver has it.
Yeah, I'm giving
it
it to them as well.
Kev, who you got?
What they should do,
Denver.
what they should do after the season over, give Murray his own like not only his own shoe line, but his own shoe or a comic book with Spider Mitchell. That way can be called Spider and Murray, and they have their own comic book series because they're both playing extremely well and they're both Adidas athletes.
I wish I had more hands so I could get an idea. 4 thumbs down.
I know we're doing NBA recap, but we also like to send our condolences to the families of Clifford Robinson, who played in NBA.
Right.
Also, the 2 great coaches, Hall of Fame coaches that also passed away in the past couple of days. Luke Olson of Arizona and Don Thompson.
Also,
Yeah, are we gonna do it?
Wakanda Forever. Rest in peace to the Black Panther, man. Chadwick.
Thank you for your contributions to the culture, man.
2020's been rough.
It's crazy, man.
2020 is crazy, but those who don't know, Chadwick Boseman, who played the Black Panther, also played Jackie Robinson.
James Brown.
James Brown
Crazy,
played Marshall.
Chadwick passed away on Jack Kirby's birthday.
Jack Kirby's birthday.
The creator of Black Panther, and he died on Jackie Robinson Day.
On Jackie Robinson Day.
Yeah.
Yo, if the simulators, like, this just sounds like a story, man. Like, are we living in a movie?
Right, we're in Samson.
Are we in a Matrix? Like, who's... When Barrett said they took the black pill from him and gave him a blue pill, I was gonna make a Matrix joke, but I didn't.
I was doing
Yeah, I think we all were.
that too.
Yeah. You guys will find out what we're talking about in just a little bit. So hang on tight.
Second, yeah. So rest in peace to Chad, man. Rest in peace to all the good people we lost this year. So we also got Houston and Oklahoma City going on. Who y'all got?
Houston, Oklahoma City.
Houston,
Who they got for the whole season?
What are we talking about?
Yeah, who you got for the series? The rest of the series, who you got?
I guess the series ends tonight.
It's on tonight, right?
Yeah, I got the series ending tonight.
Now, but I'm saying,
Houston, they about to pack them.
I want to go to Game 7, man. Game 7 is for that.
So who wins after Game 7, buddy?
Oh, Houston. Houston, of course. So I just want
to.
That's what I said. Who you got like for the series?
Yeah.
Like for the game.
I think Houston's gonna pack it up tonight. So by the time you guys hear this,
You guys are listening on Friday. You'll see.
Could be, but we could also be wrong. And OKC could be.
You'll see OKC.
Right.
Listen, let me.
that game. You'll see that.
You're
game.
listening to this on Friday. You're going to be seeing OKC in the second round.
Oh, fuck out of here.
Okay.
Just
Hot
trying to be
take.
different.
Hot take right there. All right, that's
Right.
That's our NBA recap, and that's in case you missed it. Now, did I miss anything? Is there anything else we need to touch on before I get to the shit?
Let's see.
I think we got it all.
No,
Also,
I mean,
congratulations, Brandon Ingram, most improved.
Shout out to my man. I told y'all, my man beat
Yeah.
out the ball.
Where you from?
Yeah.
Where you from?
What?
Dude,
I'm talking about the college or where he's
Yeah.
actually from.
the school, they get duped. We make winners over there.
Usually when
Somebody used to be from Chicago.
I want to mention that Luka Doncic has arrived. I feel like he's arrived on the scene. I mean, the guy. You look at his stats compared to Kawhi Leonard's in the first round. Luka averaged 31 points a game, 9 rebounds per game, and over 8 assists a game. I think he's ready. I think he's in that next tier. I think we're going to be hearing a lot about Luka.
Here's the thing. Luka surprisingly doesn't have that great marketing people behind like other players do.
Like who? Like who, DQ? Like who?
You know who I'm talking about. Like Giannis, like Zion. Like
I want you to say his name.
Like
who are you mainly talking about?
I'm talking about
what sneaker company he's with? What sneaker company he's with? Luka.
He's on Jordan Brand.
On Jordan Brand?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Coming into this next year, it's going to be Luka Magic and Luka everything.
If the Mavericks win over 50 games next season, I can see him being MVP.
Porzingis need to be healthy, though, because Porzingis is the one that messed it up.
Fuck that, but I'm saying it now. My early pick for MVP next year is Stephen Curry.
My MVP is
That's my pick for next year. Steph will be back and Golden State coming with some fury.
Yeah, my MVP is gonna be Luka. I'm gonna say it.
My MVP is obvious, bro.
Who's my MVP?
My MVP is obvious. It's gonna
Who's
be
your
KD.
MVP?
It's gonna be KD.
Nope. You're all wrong.
KD gonna shut him down, open up shop, bro.
Devin Booker.
Oh, because you think Booker's going to the Knicks.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, we'll see. We still in this season. Let's get through this season and we'll keep you posted on everything that's going on right now. Are we moving on from in case you missed it? We'll get into our next segment.
Are we?
No, we're getting to the interview. Yeah, we're getting to the interview.
Interview.
Oh, yeah.
So, listen. So, look. It don't happen often, but we sometimes get blessed. People fuck with us low-key. Like, subscriptions don't really show it, but people fuck with us.
And it should. After today, it better.
After today, put a little bit more respect on our name, man.
And if you disagree with us, leave a comment and we can talk about it.
Yeah, word. Right. If you don't like us, don't say nothing. Engage with us. Let us know what you don't like.
Yeah, tell us what we're doing wrong.
Reach out to us. We on social media. DM us. Comment. But still sub. Sub to see whatever bullshit you don't like. Sub so you can keep watching bullshit that you don't like. But on today's episode, we got a dope interview, man. The homie Eddie, being the alcohol connoisseur he is, has made a relationship that's gonna last forever.
We've been friends for almost a year now. Yeah. I text him during the season, little stuff.
So thank you, Eddie, for pulling this off. We got a dope interview for you guys. We got Super Bowl winner, 12-year pro. Played
drafted by the Eagles. Went to Detroit for a little bit. He said he had a cup of coffee with the New York Giants.
And won a championship.
He said
won his championship with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Got to check. We got the homie Barrett
Brooks.
Barrett Brooks, Triple OG.
Triple OG is his new nickname.
Yeah,
I think that's what we should call him, right? Going forward.
OG. And I'm still in his long story long.
Double B.
Long story long is my favorite thing said ever.
Long.
Yeah.
Check out this dope interview we got with Pro Barrett Brooks right here. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 20 of the OSA Out of Shape Allstars podcast. Now, we got a special episode and special segment for you guys in this episode because we got a triple OG here.
Triple OG.
Triple OG, not just a regular OG, a triple OG. Now, we got the homie. For those who don't know, I'm going to put y'all up on game. Now, played in the NFL, Super Bowl champ, from the Midwest, from the Lou. I'm from Chicago, so Midwest brother here. He got a dope pod, Eagle Eye, right? Eagle Eye podcast. And he getting that NBC money. So
trying to take as much as I can, man.
So allow us to introduce you guys and just show some love to the homie Barrett Brooks.
Thank you.
What's up, fellas? What's up? What's up? Hey, man, I appreciate you guys having me on, man. Now, you talking about Triple OG, man. You know what? I'm knocking right at the door, man, at being 50, man. That's crazy, bro. But, you know, and it's been a blessing, man. Even though 2020 been hectic and, you know what I'm saying, just to live another year, man, I'm just, you know, I don't take things for granted, man. I understand this. I mean, you say these are bad times. These are trifling times, man. We got a trifling government going on right now. I mean, we got a trifling epidemic going on in the world, man. I mean, this ain't even what you say bad. This is just flat out trifling.
Yeah. But you say you about to be 50, man. Black don't crack, bro. Besides the
definitely don't look it.
Besides the salt pepper, you look like you with us, man.
Appreciate it, man. But I just try to make things happen, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, man, is what have you done for me lately, man? That's the way the world looks, you know. So that's what I do, man. I try to lift as I climb, and while I'm doing it, man, make sure I'm having a little fun, man. So I stay trying to look young, bro. That's all I can do.
That's what's up, bro. Now again, we just pups in his game, getting into the sport podcasting space. Not only are you a former pro, but you also work in the space, and so we want to just gauge your mind, see what you got going on, see how you're thinking about 2020. Like you say, it's trifling. 2020 been trifling. Dealing with multiple deaths. A lot of black people, black leaders are passing away. As we all know, Chadwick Boseman just died. Black Panther T'Challa just passed away. Today, John Thompson,
legendary coach.
Legendary coach. We've been losing a lot of black leaders in today's climate. And so with the social justice space, a lot of black folks been going through it. And a lot of people look for athletes to lead the way and use their platforms to gauge the world and help spread the black message. So my first question to you, I'll let the guys go around because we all want to just pick your brain. We're going to ask you questions and stuff. We're going to ask you real questions, so I hope you're ready. But for the first real question, I want to ask you, what do you think is the job of the athlete, the black athlete, the known athlete, when it comes to setting the stage and spreading the message when it comes to social
awareness?
Yeah, social awareness and justice for the world, not just people of color, but for the world.
I mean, you look at it, man. I mean, like you said, you asked me a question. I hope y'all ready because I'm just going to tell you the truth. Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth, man. But the truth is, it's just now starting that people that are athletes are starting to use their platform to really get social injustice out there. Before, if you try to do the same thing, the owners will shut you down. I mean, point blank. You want to get paid, keep your mouth shut. And it's different these days because now athletes have a little more power. You look at the LeBrons, you look at the Michael Jordans. They have a more of a say-so because of the number one thing you look at sports cross all barriers. It cross all ages. It cross all races. It's an all-empowering
equalizer.
You name it. People love sports. You know, you could be the poorest guy in the world and be sitting next to a millionaire and still have that same fandom with a guy. You know, in the stands. And since it crosses all barriers, it's giving these guys a platform in which they can use to now make their points and bring the people that they left behind, put them front and center. You know, because a lot of these athletes didn't become just famous athletes without helping somebody, you know, or somebody helping them get to where they needed to go. And that's the biggest thing. You didn't get there by yourself. So as you're lifting yourself up, and you're climbing up, you better lift somebody up behind you. You got to bring somebody up. And the social issues that they're going through and that we're going through, it doesn't matter, you know, how much money we have or how we're on TV. Because at the end of the day, I can be in Philadelphia, drive over the state line to go in New Jersey, and they might, and a police officer or just a random guy might not know about the Philadelphia Eagles. He may be a Giants fan. So at the end of the day, he's looking at me as a big black guy in this car, and, you know, no telling what will happen.
Yeah.
My bubble here in Philadelphia, I got a little bit of a bubble up there with the Giants, just a little bit. I drank a cup of coffee there. I played for the Giants for 1 year, just 1 year. So I mean, I was able to collect the check from that owner, so I enjoy that. But at the end of the day, if this policeman is having a bad day, he wakes up on the wrong side of the bed, or he's just a bad dude, and I'm not saying all police officers are bad dudes. The majority of them are great because they have to be great, understanding what their role is in our society. But if he's having a bad day and he feels as though he wants to try me, he can. You know what I'm saying? He can end my life. Happened before. I got to come home to my family. I got to come home to wife and kids. And it troubles me that we're still going through this. Even after Colin Kaepernick did the most acceptable way to voice his opinion by really just taking a knee, in which a military guy told him to do that, take a knee instead of sitting down.
Yep.
And he got ostracized for it. They kicked him out the league. They boycotted him, everything else.
Right.
And now 4 years later, look where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Do the same damn thing, man. So I mean, it's like I said, it's trifling times, man. We just got to watch ourselves. But this platform is not something that's going to go away.
Right.
Anytime you have a white sport like hockey, seeing and making sure they're showing their support, that's the whitest sport in the world. Because economically, there's not a lot of blacks are able to play hockey because it's too expensive.
No access to
it. Of course, it's very expensive.
Exactly,
Yeah.
I mean, you're in Florida, you can't go to a skating rink. I mean, who's going to go to a skating rink? I mean, it's hot down there. But the fact that they're noticing that there's social injustice, I mean, it's just going to press this movement even farther, man. So this is something that's not going to stop. We're going to keep the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Now, did you agree with the boycott of the NBA that Milwaukee Bucks started?
Did I agree with it? Yes, I did. Because if they didn't do it, I would assume that somebody else would. I mean, they have to. They understand. They probably have kids, and because they have kids, they understand that they have to make sure that people are noticing their plight, that they're not just letting this get swept under the table. Social injustice is something that they have to live with. When they leave that bubble, they still gonna be a tall black athlete at the end of the day. They don't care, I mean, if they want to get arrested, if they get arrested or pulled over, their life is just as in danger as a guy that's, not playing basketball. And that's what people understand. I can change my uniform, but I can't change the color of my skin. So because of that, I'm always going to be a black man.
I thought it was positively brilliant because we're sitting back, we're waiting, for sports to come back due to the coronavirus. We finally get sports back. We see what happened to Jacob Blake, and the players on their own decided, no, we're taking sports away from you. Like that to me was powerful. And you said
exactly.
Came in and they supported us in solidarity. So with that being said, my question is, did you think? I mean, you played in the late '90s, early 2000s, right?
Yeah.
So you ever think in your lifetime you would see players and teams and come together and unify? Like you mentioned before, like back then guys would just put their heads down and just keep playing because they weren't going to get a check. But like, did you feel empowered watching the league that you used to play for and also the NBA and also the NHL come together as one and decide?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because football has, the NFL has the worst union out of all the unions. If a player gets cut, they're not obligated to pay any of their salary. They're just cut, unless you have guaranteed money. So in saying that, the owners have a lot more power than they do in basketball and baseball. They have a lot more power in those sports because you still have to pay them even though you cut them. In the NFL, it's different. You don't have that. You got the same autonomy that you have with the other sports. Right. So if an order decided, all right, I'm going to cut you, and you don't have guaranteed money, you're just cut. You no longer are employed by the NFL. And because of that, you have more skin in the game as an NFL player as opposed to, just to a basketball player where the contract is guaranteed or a baseball player. So during that time when I was playing, there were a lot of players that talked a lot and had the ability to do it, but they didn't do it simply because the owners had way too much power, I mean, look at the Jim Browns, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbars. They've always been social activists, but they had the notoriety to do it. Me, I nickel and dime the league. I didn't get the huge contracts. I made a great living. I was able to provide for my family. put a little money away, build my my retirement.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if they cut me in my, I played 12 years. If they cut me in my third year and I was going out and trying to boycott or do anything other than what they told me, then I'd have just had a 3-year NFL career.
Yeah,
because they would have been blacklisted. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been blacklisted. But the fact that Colin Kaepernick stepped up the way he did, and for him to do that, it just showed the players that, all right, we do have a voice. We do have a means of affecting change. And from that point on, I'm just proud of NFL players and all these players really taking an active stand in it. And they don't care. I mean, you look at the NBA. A lot of these players probably won't play next year and probably won't make it to the playoffs. They probably won't. There's a chance they won't. So the reason, that for them to go out there and sacrifice a playoff, and that's real skin in the game. It just goes to show, how important this time is right now. We have to take advantage of it.
So to piggyback off of what you were saying in regards to the owners, not even just the owners for football, but across all platforms, it ties into my question. I always say this to the boys: how many of the owners do we see on TV or teams making a statement in regards to supporting Black Lives Matter or supporting their players in general? How many of them do you feel like are saving face? They're only on the bandwagon because they're trying to they're trying to take care of their brand or not seem like they're on the wrong side of these injustices.
Well, 80% of the league, 80% of the league owners haven't said a word.
Mm-hmm.
And I say what? Out of that 80%, I'll say 12% of them showed their indifference. You know what I'm saying? They showed that, hey, I'm I'll support them, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, you got the Jerry Joneses that are like,
there's always an asterisk.
I'm not supporting this. If a guy kneels during the national anthem, I might cut him. And he still has that good old boy mentality. So he will continue to be that way. So it's not like, they're really speaking out, but they are allowing their players to have that platform. I played for a great owner in Jeffrey Lurie. I also played with a great owner with the Steelers. They understood that, you're more than just a player. They treated you like family. Mr. Lurie right now, the owner of the Eagles, he has the meeting. The players didn't have to call the meeting. He called the meeting to discuss the attitudes and the mindset of his players. He cared enough that he set the meeting up. He wanted to know what he could do, how he could allocate resources to the different charities that they wanted to try to build more of a bond between him and his players. He understands that there's social injustice out there, and he doesn't want his players to think that they can't voice their opinion or use this platform to get the word out. I commend him, And
sounds like a really good guy.
Way.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's good, because
that's amazing.
For me, I don't always want to see or hear a statement. I want to see some action behind it. So
absolutely,
that's a perfect example of somebody. And otherwise, if I don't really see a lot of action behind it, I feel like for the most part, they might just be saving face. They might just be out there just trying to make it appear like they're on the right side and not really, in the trenches. So that was a good example. I appreciate it.
Well, you look at the 49ers. The 49ers after that, what was the next team that really had that player that really stood up, became virtually the mouthpiece of the league, of the players? Malcolm Jenkins and Eagles. It started in that locker room. And Mr. Lurie made sure he had the ability to use his platform that way. Right. Malcolm became a spearhead in that movement. And the only reason he was able to do that because Mr. Lurie supported him and gave him that platform in which he could go out there and do that.
Yeah. That's dope. Because again, it ain't a black issue, although these type of social injustices are happening to black and brown people. Overall and altogether, it is a people issue. Like, we as a people, if we see something wrong, we should address wrong. Like, get past the color. This is not right. Whether your color or creed, this ain't right. So we as a people, being able to see it, we should stand together and be like, yo, that shit is wrong. We shouldn't allow that. Like, it is what it is. But speaking, I spoke earlier about my son and T'Challa, having to explain the death of him to explain the death of Black Panther and him, I also had to explain other deaths. I had to explain the Breonna Taylor death to him. I had to explain Floyd's death to him. So like, and how, again, I'm speaking to a 6-year-old, what he should be aware of, how he should be moving in this world, how the world see us as Black men, because they're threatened solely by, the color of our skin. And again, like you said, you being a big dude, you already got one strike against you because you the skin color. You being a big dude, 6'2" something, like you automatically like, oh, he a threat. So my question to you is, I know you got a lot of you got kids, right?
Absolutely, I got 5 kids. Why you think I played so long in the NFL?
Yeah.
5 of them things. So
I wanted to retire after 3 years, but hey, 5 kids, a lot of college education.
Word, exactly. So with that, I know you got young brothers and sisters around you. What type of conversation and what are you, teaching them or preaching to them in regards to being safe and how to move in this world, knowing that we all got the target on our back?
It's my philosophy is kind of, different because I preach to my kids respect. I'm big on respect, and I tell my kids, respect an officer, good, bad, or indifferent, respect an officer, because he has the power virtually to change your life at that time. He can go in any direction. You have to understand he's going to go in any direction. So I tell my son, all the time, being a Black man, and he's a kind of a big dude also, that he has to understand that, he has to do certain things and he has to go above and beyond what his friends would. He went to a predominantly white school. He can't do the same things that they do. If they get pulled over, you have to be more respectful than they do. You have to put your hands and make sure they're in plain sight. No sudden movement. And it's a damn shame that I have to tell my son that, and even my daughters that. Look at Breonna Taylor. You have to make sure that it's a respect factor. Now, respect goes both ways. And I've seen police officers take advantage of that situation. Not just police officers, people in different positions, abusing that. At the end of the day, man, this country has been run by somebody that just abuses that power that he has, and that's, it's a crying shame that we're talking about somebody who's so narcissistic that he's influencing simple-minded people. He's influencing people that, to be a way that they shouldn't be. He's influencing people not to respect a man, and
he's well aware.
Exactly.
No, doing it for clicks or whatever he's doing it for. Clearly he's doing it for something, but it worked for him the first time, so I guess he's hoping it's going to work for him again, but it's not right.
But see, I'm just asking how. How can you vote somebody into office or re-vote them into office when you can sit down and all you have to do is, you don't have to research hard. Just look at what he says and then just read about what he just said. You'll find that everything he said is a lie. It's totally untrue. This economy is the best it's been under any president. Are you kidding me? He's straight up saying that, and people are really trying to say that he's doing that.
Yeah.
Come on now. He's saying that right now unemployment is the lowest it's ever been. No, it's the highest it's ever been.
It's the highest it's ever been.
Exactly.
There's this little thing called COVID that, millions of Americans don't have jobs.
So how can you counter that and just lie about that?
Right. Most people ever at the inauguration, pretty much. That's his first lie he ever told, pretty much.
Well, no, the first lie he said was going to be a wall. Still waiting on that.
Right. Well, I think they got 3 miles done, but we paid for it, not Mexico.
I think they're slowly building that. I think they're slowly building that wall.
No, well, now they said we weren't supposed to pay for it. Mexico's what?
Yeah, Mexico was going to pay for it.
Nothing. Come on now.
We ended up paying for it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Taxpayer though.
Yeah.
But he does a little song and dance, giving all these people these relief checks, from these COVID checks. Yeah. I hope people don't vote him back into office, man, because I cannot believe we even made it through this past 4 years.
I think
we're a joke. We're the largest of the world.
The other important part too was, especially with all the protesting and everything that happened, I think from my perspective is it was happening at the same time as the RNC. So, how great was it that now there's a message going on, you guys are going to have your little prep rally, and, it did get really good ratings, not as good as the DNCs. And then it eventually overpass the DNC, which isn't good for our side. But yeah, with all this happening, the NHL protests, the NBA protests, the MLB protests, and some of the NFL training camp protests, it was all happening during the RNC. So it was almost like the RNC got bumped out of the news and we were at the top. So,
yeah. I mean, but like Barrett said, people take these little COVID checks, and it's an extra little cash. We don't have much because a lot of people lost their jobs. So they use that. He used that, and there are other people who don't do their own research. Use that as a gauge of he's a great president. Look, well, I didn't get this check when so-and-so was in and stuff like that. But, bro, we wasn't in the condition that we were in also. So
we didn't need it, right.
Yeah,
and then, we probably wouldn't be in this condition if we would have taken care of it better in the beginning.
And that's what I'm saying. And if we would have better planned for situations like this, like everywhere else in the world, we wouldn't probably be in this situation where Congress won't have to come to him and pretty much force him to sign paperwork to provide people with these type of supplements. So it's like, but I've had this conversation with people all the time. Yeah, okay, y'all say he this, but I just got this and I just got that. It's like compared to what? Like, you ain't got shit. So you get an extra $1,200, that's gone. Like how after that's gone, how you gonna support your family? He ain't giving you nothing else. So
that's
it's
the
like,
biggest thing right there. Yeah.
Yep.
There's no real opportunity.
Exactly.
So
and he said he wants to open up. He wants to open up the country. If you open up the country, it's gonna make COVID double more than it is right now. You have to go through the same situation. We're already trillions of dollars in debt. I mean, people just. It's literally a situation where all you have to do is just sit down and listen to the man, and you see how narcissistic he is. You'll see how stupid he sounds when he says these things. I mean, really though, come on now. I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Come on now. I don't understand it, and at the end of the day, people gonna say and they're gonna vote, and hopefully they understand. It's just a little song. They call it Wag the Dog. You ever seen that movie before, Wag the Dog?
Yeah.
Dog, where they fake the war to get us ratings up, but he's doing the same thing.
Oh well, yeah. I mean,
lying to get his ratings up. He just out, but he just thinks blatantly just lies, and he has no repercussion. He thinks there's no repercussions for. He just says it, and everybody's supposed to listen and believe it. No, let's stop it. Let's evaluate things. Let's research things.
Yeah. And again, like I said, he's able to do so because there's so many, unfortunately, ignorant people in the world that don't do their own research. And the ignorant folks seem to be louder than the educated, because if you try and have an educated conversation with certain people that's, pro-Trump, it seems to be like a shouting match. So me being
and you're never going to win it with those kind of people either.
And I'm not going to continue to try to talk to you if you can't engage in an adult and respectful conversation. Like, there's a lot of things that I don't agree with on both sides. Nobody's perfect. So, but I can have an engaged adult conversation, mature conversation with you, and we just voice our opinions. But my opinion is based on facts and my research and my knowledge of what's going on. A lot of people just be like, he said this, and like, bro, but where you get that from? Like, where you get that information from?
Right.
I'm around this, and so-and-so did this, but how? How you know that?
It's unbelievable, man. I'm around affluent people because I'm into the boat life now. Me and my wife, we bought.
I saw you were out there today, no?
Yeah, we have. So we're starting to get into that, and it's an affluent lifestyle. You have to have money to have a boat. You get a boat, and it's like, what I'm saying? You're gonna have to repair it. You're gonna have to pay for it. So you have to have some money to do it, and everywhere we go, we see all these Trump flags flying, and
of course,
at times, I'm at a marina, and I sit down and I have a conversation with guys, and they respect me because they understand. Not only they've gotten to know me as a man, not just what you saw on TV when you saw me playing, but they also say, all right, this young man, he's pretty articulate in what he's saying. He understands. He's not a dumb guy. He's not a dumb football player. I mean, I have an MBA in healthcare administration. So I'm not just the average NFL football player. I understood that I need to be in something and make money after football. And what's the most inflation-proof job you have is healthcare. There's always sick people and old people. So I sit down and I talk to them, and the conversations we have, like, this one guy, he was voting for Trump simply because he liked the economy for boats. Like he's a manager in the marina, and during the previous president under Obama, he only sold like 10 boats. But since Trump has been into office, he's sold like 80 boats. I'm like, and he says that's because Obama was preaching more, stack your money, put your money up, live for another day, live when you get older, as opposed to trying to live now when you don't have anything, going into that with some savings. And he says Trump preaches Trump preaches the opposite. Go out there, spend money, be more affluent, So people are starting to buy more boats. Then I told him, I said, I couldn't vote for him because I just couldn't look at my daughter or look at my wife and think morally, what would I do to say to them that I voted for Trump? And it's just, to me, it's just morally wrong because his morals and standards are to the level in which I think the leader of our country should be. Right. I mean, there's no perfect people in this world, but he ain't even making he's not even trying.
Right.
He's not even making an effort.
Right.
He's letting you know I'm gonna do this, and I'm telling you I'm doing it, and then he goes and does it, and people praise him for it.
Yep. And then there's nothing you can do about it, and people just say, "I like him because he's a straight shooter. He's not a politician. He doesn't lie to us. He hasn't put people in jail. All this other nonsense. It's all bogus. It's all bogus excuses."
Yeah, it's the worst I've ever seen, man.
But before he coined that term, news doesn't spread the truth a lot. Before he coined the whole fake news thing, when you go see certain stuff on the news, they always give a different narrative.
Well, depending on what side they on. You get the same story. If you go to Fox or go to CNN, depending on what side of the political party they ride with, you'll get
their perspective. So it's not the real truth. You're just gonna get their narrative on what the story is.
Right. Well, I mean, you look at it, it's all right there, man. Just research it. You look at the president's power. He has the power to appoint people in the judicial system. He hires judges. Look at the judges that he's put into office since he's been, president. If you look at it, at this point, he's I think it's 198 judges he's appointed. Mm-hmm. How many people of color has he appointed as a judge?
Zero.
None.
How many people of color has he put into the judge's chair? Zero. Let's just let you know. Yeah. I'm gonna help my boys. This is a good old boy system. Right. You keep helping me be here. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna make you solid, man. And, at the end of the day, man, morally, I can't get down with that. Yeah. Regardless of what he did. Even if he has proven track, can't do it.
Now, I was gonna say, I was gonna ask a question because I feel like also with this, how people side and vote for him. Do you feel like, obviously back in 2016, Hillary won the nomination, but a lot of people wanted Bernie, and at that time, it created a little rift in the DNC.
Yep.
And you kind of still see it because when Bernie went to run
again, yeah,
he didn't really get the full backing of the DNC, and it's like. They gave Biden the nod, but it's like now all of them together, everybody wants Trump out, but it's not like they really on the same
united.
side.
Yeah, they not
one
united.
Thing they want, but they all want it in their own way. You don't think that plays a factor in how it's gonna go?
I absolutely think that. I mean, if you look at it, just because of they want to get Trump out. I mean, are they necessarily gonna say is Biden the best candidate? We'll see, but anything at this point is better than Trump.
In my honest opinion, I'm not a big fan of Biden. I was a big fan of Bernie, but I'm not a big fan of Biden. So I'm I can't obviously vote the other side, but I'm not the other one. Biden hasn't really got my vote yet. But.
I mean, look at I mean, the lesser of two evils. That's what I'm looking at it right now.
Right.
The lesser
exactly.
of two evils. Bernie was that guy. Bernie was the man. I'm kind of sad he stopped, but at the end of the day, we just got to get Trump out of there.
Right, and that's what I'm saying to my homie. It's yo, I'd never vote for Trump, but it's you.
I mean, we'd be hopeful that you voted a vote for Biden is a vote for Kamala Harris. So
so it's
you got to see it.
I also look at it this way. Obviously, I say the lesser two evils, right? But obviously we have to get him out. I just don't want to pick someone and.
Right.
And then he ends up being worse. You know what I'm saying? So I'm stuck. Bernie was really my guy. I thought Bernie had a chance back in 2016. I felt they should everybody he had the wave going for him. I feel that's where he should have went. And then when he went back to run again, I feel like we should have all gravitated to him. But I guess it wasn't in the cards. And
they said he was too old, but he actually has the younger vote.
I guarantee you he's going to outlive all three of them. Watch. He's going to outlive Biden, Trump, all of them.
You know, it's the crazy part. They're all around the same age. They all
definitely.
They're all there. They're Trump in the 70s.
And I know at least one of them got early onset.
Right.
Well,
exactly.
I think one has, but hey.
But again, they say he's too old, but we the millennials, that's who we want. Like, that's who our pick was. That's who we wanted to lead us. All or not, one foot in the grave or not, he was speaking to us and for us. So we were,
also,
at least for myself, I was behind him.
With that also, it's like he wasn't a true Democrat, but it's like to run for president, you have to either be, Republican or Democrat. I think there's only been one president throughout the history that won off like an independent party. He wasn't either or.
Yeah, the two-party system is broken, and it's pretty clear by that.
Oh, there's no question about that, No question
they're
about
trying
that.
to say he was a socialist, Bernie. So,
they're calling him a con. They call him everything.
Yeah, they call him a
anything to not get him in office.
I mean,
I don't care what they call him.
At the end of the day, a lot of people don't understand the importance of voting in the off years of, the presidential election.
Right.
Because the electoral votes, when they come in, it don't matter.
Yeah.
We saw that in 2016 because the popular vote was where we needed it to be. And those electoral college votes came in, and it was like, what the hell is going on?
Right.
And again, the importance of,
people's looking at the TV. Go ahead, sorry.
I mean, look at it. I mean, anytime you have a state that holds the same amount of, of votes as, the city of Philadelphia,
it's crazy.
Now, there's more people in the city of Philadelphia than there is in Kansas. But yet come on, man. It's a flawed system. It's a broke system. We just need to get, Trump out of it. And at the end of the day, look, everybody talking about how successful he is. How successful he is, he's been bankrupt like 7 times. Every business he's had, he's failed at, but he just had a rich pops.
What people are missing too is that when this is all over, he's going to be fine. The rest of you aren't, Right. So it's like, eventually at some point, his term's going to end. He's going to go back to New York, back to his beautiful condo, back to maybe cheating on his wife still, whatever it is that he does. He's going to live his life normally, and y'all going to be sitting there wondering where your money is.
No, they're going to be sitting there getting their ass whooped because he gave them a false sense of comfort that they can do whatever they want to do, and they can't. And when he gets out of office, it's going to change a whole lot of people because a whole lot of people going to think they can still stay the same way, and they're going to get punished.
That's a fact.
All right, man. We can talk social justice and politics, whatever. We are a sports podcast. So, Barrett, we want to get your insight on a few things going on in sports. The fellas got some sports related questions for you. So we want to pick your brain. You with it?
Let's make it happen.
All right, throw out a question, guys.
I guess my first question, because I was thinking about it, if I'm not mistaken, you played with the bus, right?
Yes, I did.
Now, in his stature in comparison to you, were you like baffled some days? Like by him, you get a block for him and he's running by you, like holding it down for big guys? Like
no question, man. No question.
Like I look
that
at
was my
tape.
dude, man.
I look at tape and I'm like, how the hell? What the hell? Like watch like I'm holding on a block, like so just that experience with him, how was it?
We're talking about the realest dude ever, man. We're talking about Bussy, man. And Bussy, there was no way they tried to put it in that day. He was only 245 pounds. Yeah, okay. Just put it like this. When I was in the league, my last two years in the league, they have a fining system, which, if you're overweight, you get fined a certain amount of money. Yeah. So at the time I was in the league, it was $989 a pound. And, what I'm saying? Hey, I came home one time, I was 10 pounds overweight, and they fined me for it. That was almost 10 stacks, man. My wife saw my check. Oh, she cussed me out one way up the wall and then back down.
Right.
I never came back in overweight again. But Bussy, he would say, all right, then he would give him a blank check at the beginning of the year.
Right.
And at the end of the year, it'd probably be like $125,000.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You know, he say, oh, it's going to charity anyway. But we're talking about a guy that's so gifted, a guy that's an athlete, man. There wasn't anything this guy couldn't do, man. We like in the summertime, we have to run sprints. He's still running with the running back. He's not running with the O-line or linebackers.
Right.
He's bigger than all the linebackers. But he's running with the running back. You know, this guy was, I'm talking about, he was fast, and his side to side, his athleticism, juking. He was just an incredible running back. Man. He had it all put together, and he was big, man. You know, and you know, long story long, we'd be in the huddle. And he had asthma, so we'd be in the huddle. We going down this one of them long drives, and I used to keep my inhaler in my sock. So he turned around and said, "Hey," they used to call me Pork Chop. Hey, Pork Chop, let me get a hit of that inhaler, man. So I would take it out my sock and give it to him. All right, let's go. You know what I'm saying? That was awesome. My guy, man.
That's funny, man. That's funny. I'll throw one out there. Now, you being an offensive lineman, you want to get some tough defensive linemen. So, who's one of the toughest guys to go up against during your era?
Is there any question who the best football player? Everybody's saying is Jerry Rice. No, the best football player to ever play is Reggie White. In fact, I'm sorry. I call him Mr. White.
Right.
I mean, it's disrespectful for me to call him anything but Mr. White. We're talking about a man that anything he wanted to do, he can do it, man. I remember playing against a man, and he's the nicest guy in the world. Yeah. It was always, man, a situation where you play against Reggie White, you just didn't want to get humped and thrown across the field. Anytime you could hump Larry Allen. Larry Allen was the strongest NFL player to ever play the game. Yeah. Larry Allen benched over 700 pounds. Took Larry Allen, threw him like a rag doll, 10 feet.
Jeez.
On a Thanksgiving Day game, 10 feet humped him. Well, one time he came up to hump me, I grabbed his arm. He was literally picking me up in the air, and I was holding the flags flying from everywhere. He was flipping me in the air. He's the strongest player ever, man. In fact, they coined a phrase when it came to Reggie White. Whenever he played against a team, there were offensive tackles that would come out and they would get Reggie-itis. Oh, Reggie-itis, they would, I'm sick. I literally played a game that I wasn't even supposed to start. I wasn't even supposed to start the game. And the offensive tackle that was playing in front of me caught Reggie-itis. So I'm sitting there, I'm with Ray Rhodes, so I'm not even supposed to play. So I get a call at 6:30 in the morning. I'm like, what's going on, coach? And he starts cutting. The MF, he called Reggie-itis. I said, coach, what are you talking about? He got Reggie-itis. I said, what is Reggie-itis? Oh, he was supposed to play against Reggie White, so he got Reggie-itis. That means you starting. I'm like, I'm starting now. From out of the blue, I'm starting the game now because somebody called Reggie-itis, man. That's how good he was, man. That's how good he was. But he was a great guy. A great guy. In fact, look, quick story. We're playing him, and we had my right guard, his name was Jerry Kraft. Now, Creamy, we used to call him Creamy. Creamy was about 6'7", 6'8", 360 pounds. So we're playing against him. We're beating him pretty bad. We're in Philadelphia. It's in September, and we're just running sweep left, sweep right, because they have the grave digger and they got Reggie. And it's hot outside, and they got tired, you know what I'm saying? They gasping for air. So then my right guard, he keeps, he's cussing to Reggie. Hey, we kicking your ass. Now, him and Reggie played together the year before. So he turned around and said, hey, now, Creamy, you going to stop cussing at me like that. I said, yeah, man, you going to stop cussing at him like that, man. Be quiet, Jerry. He turns around and looks at me. Oh, B. Brooks, don't worry about you kicking his ass. And I said, man, be quiet, man. Okay, Jerry. Okay, Jerry. So we go to the huddle. Oh, Rodney Peace, my quarterback. He said, all right, 2-jet go. On three. Ready, break. 2-jet all go is a 7-step drop. It takes an eternity for Rodney Peace to throw the ball because everybody's going 9 routes. Everybody's going go route. Yeah. So I'm about it's going to be a 7-step drop, and I'm going against Reggie White. He's already pissed off because Jerry Kraft did talk about it. So we get to the line. As soon as we get to the line, we sit down. Reggie gets up. He looks at Jerry and says, I'm coming, Jerry. So he moves down. He tells the grave digger to move out there over me, and he goes in at the tackle position so he can rush against Jerry Kraft.
Yeah.
So Jerry Krause, he instantly thinking, oh my God, he's about to come on me. He looks up like this. He looks at Jerry Krause and said, look, Jerry, I'm coming, Jerry, and I'm bringing the Lord with me. Rodney P said, hut. As soon as he did that, he picked up Jerry Kraft like this in the air. 6'8", 365 pounds, and throws him 5 feet on top of Rodney P.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I told you to shut up. He stood over and said, I told you to shut up, Jerry. And he's laying on top of Rodney P. Rodney P turns up like this. Yeah, he told you to shut up, Jimmy.
He on top of him like, yeah, shut up.
Yeah. It's on film, man. You can go back and watch this on film, man. I was like,
Definitely gonna have to watch that.
No question, man. It was crazy, bro.
We'll have to
crazy.
throw that in here. We'll have to throw that video in here.
But man, he was the most gifted athlete I ever seen play, man. Whatever he wanted to do, he could do it. He had speed, he had quickness, he had power. He had that grown man strength. Like you ever, when your pops comes up and grabs you, like you're grabbed, nothing you can do about it. You're somebody.
Oh man.
Well, that's how he used to touch you on a regular, man. I'm like, hey, Mr. White, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Well, that's how you felt playing against Reggie White. So,
like,
he was
too strong, bro. Why you grabbing on me like that?
He was the greatest. To me, he was the greatest football player to ever play.
Yeah, that's what's up. John, throw out a question.
You alluded to it in the beginning when you were talking about like the Eagles and how like it's like a family there. But I was gonna ask you, which was your favorite franchise to play for?
Ooh. I mean, it's kind of tough for me, because, the Eagles gave me my start. But at that point, Jeffrey Lurie's first year, I was his first draft class. He had just bought the team, so things weren't set in place for it to be a real good organization. It was run poorly, the owner before. So, if I'm going to say the organization that ran it the best, I'd have to go with the Steelers. But the Eagles gave my start, so it's a tip-for-tap thing. If you ask my favorite team, they're right here. Eagles gave my start, but I won a Super Bowl with the Steelers. Yeah, but as far as them treating you, as far as you getting treated right, an organization that, they eat, sleep, and breathe excellence, it has to be the Steelers, man. The way they carry themselves, the way the owners treat their players. I mean, they're devout Catholics. Fish every Friday. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Every Friday.
Salmon?
They were just good people, man. Really good people, man.
What kind of fish? Catfish?
Whatever they
some salmon, some whiting.
No, salmon or cod. They don't know nothing about no catfish. Catfish nuggets, man. But I mean, just little things. I had retired, and that was the last team I played for. So then I got into broadcasting like 4 years after that for college football. So I'm doing a pit game, and I go down there a couple days before. So it's a Thursday. They play on Saturday. And when I get there, I just get through interviewing all the coaches, Dave Wannstedt and all that, so it's lunchtime. And instead of eating with the Panthers, I went over and ate with the Steelers. And I sat down and I'm about to eat. And here comes the owner. The owner calls, hey, what's up? Come with me. I said, what's up, man? Well, how's it going now? Mr. Rooney, Say, hey. He said, how's your family doing? I said, doing all right. How's your wife, Sanji? Yeah, Sanji's all right. I'm like, yeah, she's cool. Now, I haven't seen him in 4 years.
That's amazing.
I wasn't a big name player, He's like, how's Sanji doing? He said, oh, man, how are their 5 kids going? I'm like, they're doing good. I'm like, how does he know?
That's love.
Said, how do you know I had 5 kids? He said, oh, man, you used to break me during Christmas time. I said, what do you mean? I used to have to buy you 5 Build-A-Bears. He gave all the kids Build-A-Bears. I used to give you 5 Build-A-Bears out to give to your kids. I'm like, I'll just be damned. He remembered my 5 kids and my wife's name. That's a classic type of owner.
That's love, man.
And he also remembered that big ass bill you had every Christmas.
Right, but I mean, it just goes to organization, man. And their level of excellence, man. That's they compare themselves when I was there at a level up here, man. I mean, just goes to show you. At the time, there was only like 2 or 3 organizations that had a good coaching like that. They only had when I was there. They only had 3 coaches. Yeah. There was only 3 Steelers coaches the time I was there. I think and Tom was the 4th coach. They don't just recycle players. They keep their guys there. They keep the same type of culture there. In fact, it was so intense there, and they want to win was so high that there were times where Bill Cowher would say, hey, look, you guys stop practicing so hard. If you still stop hitting each other and running so hard, I'm going to end practice.
Wow.
We like, oh no, coach, we cool. So we go through 907, right back at it. Bam, we hitting hard. You know, he's like, no, stop it. Practice over with. Take it inside. Now, when do you have to tell a team to stop practicing so hard, stop going so hard? It's just the level of excellence that they had, you know, or they would go, you know, like 6 weeks without dropping a ball in practice. That's how they prepared themselves. That's how we prepared ourselves during each game. So when we played against a team, we already knew we had them beat because we practiced against the best team in practice. I knew I was going against the best defensive end or the best tackle. Our quarterback knew that he was going against the best safety, you know, Troy Polamalu. Troy Polamalu knew he was going against the best quarterback with Bill Roethlisberger. You know, so that kind of excellence gets bred in that whole culture is bred there in Pittsburgh, you know. So I mean that's why they've been great so long.
DQ, AD, throw a question out there.
So my question is, with the issues on head injuries, like players and stuff, do you feel for kids coming up playing sports, do you feel they're protected enough to be able to get to that next level?
You know what? The nature of the NFL and it's a gladiator sport, you know, there's always going to be injuries in that capacity. And I don't think it's necessarily all these lawsuits and everything for concussions and things of that nature. I don't think it's necessarily for the hitting there, because at the end of the day, they had the information they could have gave the players and let them know, hey, this is what can happen to you. And I tell you what, 9 out of the 10 players would have still continued to play, but they kept that information from us. And that's why they're getting all these lawsuits. They weren't trying to protect us. I got diagnosed with 6 concussions. No, 6. I'm sorry, 6 concussions. But I know I had way more than that because I'd be on the field and I get my bell rung and I'd be walking around, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I mean, I was out for like 2 seconds before I just got up and came back. And I go back in the huddle and, and they be asking, hey, you okay? You okay? Yeah, I'm okay. But I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know the play or anything. And I would, when I get to the line, everything will kick back in and I know what I'm doing again. But I know for a fact I have more than that. But, it's just the nature of the game, and they're not going to be all the way safe with it. But they need to prepare these young kids and let them understand, you're playing a sport that this is going to happen. And, from that point on, once you educate them and they understand it, then the parents and the kid can make an educated decision on whether it's for them to play or it's not for them to play. And that's the biggest thing, inform these guys what could happen instead of just letting them go out there and give you ice and ibuprofen. Everything for them back in the day when I was playing, oh, just take this ice and ibuprofen. My arm about to fall off. Oh, take this ice and ibuprofen. You'll be okay. So I broke my ankle. I literally broke my ankle and played the next game with a broken ankle. And they gave me some ice ibuprofen, gave me a Toradol shot, and I went out there and played. You can't do that to players. You got to at least let them know what's going on with their bodies and don't hide anything from them.
Yeah. Drew, go ahead.
Well, what you think? Well, what you thinking about like all the medication that is going on within the league right now? Like, you think it's actually safe? You think it's actually safer of the medication like Toradol shots for like pain management? You think that's the right way to go to giving NFL players like these type of medications, or you think something should be done in place of that?
Well, that's serious too. That's why a lot of these players, our bodies are already messed up, bro. And all the medicines and things of that nature we've taken has put us in a position where our bodies, are pretty messed up because Toradol hides the symptoms that you have out there. There's a reason why you're taking the Toradol, because your body is broken. And when you take that shot, you don't know the serious extent of what you're doing to that injury, because it's hiding the pain from you. So you can really mess your body up from that. Both of my shoulders, I probably need to get 2 shoulder surgeries. My knee, everything is messed up in us. But it's not just that, it's just the long-term effects of all these medicines that, you've taken out there. I mean, I can tell you my rookie year, we had this guy named Bill Romanowski. Now, Bill Romanowski, I never saw him eat a meal.
Yeah.
This guy had a suitcase, a big-ass suitcase full of drugs in it. So long story long, during camp, we going through camp, and he was just an asshole, man. He was just a bad dude, man. He was, man. Like he would tape his pads in practice, and he'd be going full speed, even though everybody else is trying to, save him because he's a starter. Well, he used to try to pick on the rookie, so we used to light him up, bro. I mean, light him up. You know what I'm saying? We take turns busting his tail, bro. I mean, killing him. So, long story long, me and him didn't get along. He didn't get along with none of the rookies. So we're going into our first game. Oh, it's our first preseason game. It's the first time we play against an NFL player that's not an Eagle that I practice against. I'm going against, Minnesota. This is Chris Dolman I'm lining up against.
Yeah.
So I know I'm excited. I'm ready to play. I'm starting at left tackle. And I'm walking by his locker just before the game. And he said, "Hey, rookie, come here." And I turned around and said, "Look, Bill, I ain't trying to hear all this right now, man. I'm trying to focus for this game, man. Leave me alone." He's, "No, rookie. I'm messing with you." Just like, "What do you want, man?" So I go over to his locker. I said, "Hey, man, how do you want to play?" I said, "What you mean I want to play? How do you want to play?" He said, I said, "I want to play fast. I want to play strong. I want to play explosive." He said, "All right, then. Let me get these things." So look, I don't even ask him what they are. He gives me 3 pills. He gives me a black pill, a white pill, and an orange pill. So I take the pill. I turn around. I've taken the pills back to my locker and say, whoa, Brooks, come back here. You're not ready for that black pill. He takes the black pill from me and gives me the blue pill. So like a dumbass, I take it. I go out there, bro. I'm on edge. So we get in the huddle, and Randall Cunningham says, "All right, we got 32 tap on three, ready, break." We get to the line. I'm so amped up on what this guy gave me that Randall Cunningham said, he said, "Down." I came off the ball. Wow. I hit Chris Dolman. He jumps up. I mean, it was on 3, and I'm going off as soon as he says, and I'm like, oh, man. So after I hit Chris Dolman looks at me. "Oh, I ain't going for this. This is not my game." He walks off the field, takes his helmet off, is unbuckling his shoulder pads. He's like, "What you doing?" "Man, if this rookie's going to do this, I'm not playing with him." So he didn't even play the game. So long story long, after the game, you know what I'm saying, I'm still amped up. Whatever he gave me kept me up until Thursday of the next week, man. I didn't go to sleep for 4 days.
Jesus.
Man.
4
Maybe
days.
some dose of speed.
4 days, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean,
Barrett, our bodies, man.
Yeah. Barrett, you got a lot of really funny stories. Obviously, thank you again for coming on. We're going to, after we move on with this question, I think we're going to go on to some of the segments we do on the show. But before we
move on, I'm going to let all the fellas get one more question in.
Okay,
Then we'll move on to the games we got for you, Barrett.
I need to hear how you were a part of a score in the Super Bowl. I need to hear that story from your mouth. I heard some rumors. The guys don't know the story. I kind of know a little bit of the story, but I need to hear it.
Oh, you talking at the end of the game? What do you mean?
How you maybe had done something to another teammate of yours to make sure you were in on that play?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So what happened was it was, at the time, you got performance paid checks. So each play that you did, you got paid for that play. And at the time, my paid level was, I would get $500 for each play. So long story long, we're going in the score, and Max Starks is the starting tackle. Well, we're on the sideline, the officer's on the sideline, and lo and behold, a big play happens. Defense gets the ball, and Max Starks' helmet is sitting next to me. So he's sitting there, and it's offense up. And I look down at his helmet, and I kick it. And when I kicked it underneath the bench and rolled out by the stands. And they're like, "Wait, hey, get in there, Max." I said, "Where's my helmet?" He said, "B, give me a helmet." "No, dog. I run on the field." The next 5 plays, he was hot. Oh, he was mad, man, because I kicked his helmet and I went in to finish it, man. To this day, he's still mad at me about that, man.
He's still holding on to that.
Oh, yeah, he's still mad, crazy, man. But, hey, you snooze, you lose, man. I kicked it smooth, too. Where it was, man.
Nobody tried to give him his helmet tonight?
No, man. They went out there and made about $5,000 real fast, about $2,000 real fast, and called it a day, man.
That's funny. Okay, throw a question out.
So my last question is, how did you know it was time? Like, it was time to hang it up? Like, how did you know? Was there a specific play? Was there a specific injury? Did
Yeah,
you
it was
wake
an
up
injury.
one day that you was just like,
This
the
ain't
tank
it.
is about, I'm running on fumes, like something, you know what I mean?
It was actually I got injured, man. But I mean, I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. I probably should have retired 2 years earlier because I'm telling you, man, I could see blitzes coming, and I'm like, oh, here comes the blitz, here comes the blitz. I know exactly what to do,
It just
and my
couldn't get
body
in
just wasn't
position.
getting there fast enough, you know.
Right.
But my career, I played like 2 more years because of my daughters, man. My daughters were getting old enough, you know, that they understood what football was, and you know, started going to the games and enjoying themselves, you know. And you know, they were thinking, you know, oh, the place called Barrett is cute, or Troy Palomino, he got long hair. So they loved going to the games then, you know. So I played 2 extra years because of them. But I knew it was time for me to stop when I was on the field, and it was the first game of the season, and I was out there playing, and I was playing guard, and I had a double team block. I get up on the linebacker, and I got him, man. I could feel his body folding. So I'm about to put him on his back, and I start laughing. Yeah. And as I put him on the back, Deuce Staley comes from behind me. He was playing with me with the Steelers then, and hits me from behind. And my knee hits the ground, and I rip my quad muscle all the way apart from my patella tendon. You ever seen somebody rip their bicep and it goes up into their arm?
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's actually what my quad muscle did.
It's like
so
a
laying
band.
on the ground. Yeah.
It's like a band.
Like, oh God. So the doctor comes out and he looks at my leg, he rolls my leg up. He's like, wow. I said, man. And he looks at me, he said, oh, it's you, poor chap. Oh, you'll be fine. I said, what are you talking about? Oh, don't you have that healthcare thing, you know, you and your wife have? I'm like, yeah, you know, I got my nursing school. Yeah. I said, why are you talking about healthcare in school and everything? I'm sitting on the field. What are you talking about? He said, Brooksy, somebody half your size, half your age couldn't come back from this. I'm like, boom. I knew it was over then, man. You know, so
Yikes.
that point on, man, I knew I was done. But man, it was year 12, so you know, I had played long enough. You know, it's a young man's game. You know, I got it in for as long as I could. I mean, if I didn't do that, I'd probably still be playing now, though. I'm gonna tell you the truth. They had to kick me out, man. But it just an injury stopped me from playing, man.
Right.
I got you.
That's crazy, man. John, Drew, DQ. Someone out there.
How does it feel to be a Super Bowl champion? Like, you know, like just winning the Super Bowl. Like, you made it the league. You know, you got drafted, and you was fortunate enough to play on the team and win the Super Bowl. And
it was crazy.
You got your ring.
Yeah.
Did you cry? Did you cry?
It really sunk in. I didn't cry, man, but it really sunk in when I was walking down the tunnel, about to go on the field, you know, for the Super Bowl. And this is when it really sunk in, like, man, I'm in the Super Bowl, man. I'm about to play in the Super Bowl because I was walking next to Jeff Reed, my quarterback. And Jeffrey turns to me and said, hey, man, watch this pause. I was like, what? When I kick this ball, watch all these flashing lights going to come out and everything. And that's when it hit me like, bam. And I looked over the corner. I saw Kid Rock and I see Sean Puffy Combs. I look over there. Aretha Franklin's over there. You know, that's when it really set in like, man, I'm at the highest stage. This is the #1 rated program in the world. Everybody's watching this, and I'm about to play in this game, man. Yeah. That's when it really took effect, man. And yeah, it's about to go down.
Right. That's dope, man. That's dope.
So my next question is, do you have like any superstitions or pregame routines?
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was good.
You know, it's kind of crazy, man, because my wife gets on me all the time, man. You know, but I used to listen to Enigma, Firestarter, man. I know, man, it's the whitest song you can get, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Fired up. You know what I'm saying? That used to get me fired up, man. She's like, why you? I'm like, and everybody else, you find me in the club. I'm like, nah.
Right.
I'm just hyped, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go choke old ladies, man, with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go, man. You know, that used to give me hype, man. But if I didn't listen to that, and then the night before, I always had to have ranch on whatever meat I was eating before the night before the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's very interesting.
You put ranch on anything. Ranch on steak, ranch on chicken, ranch on anything. You put ranch on pizza, you name it, man. Ranch is just that all-encompassing food.
Yeah.
All right, Drew. Last question, Drew.
All right. When no, I want to know, like, you know, it's like that when you looked at like the end of your career and stuff like that. What is like the main thing you like want to like miss about the game and stuff, like miss about the game, like when you retire, like
Right.
you'll not be able to do this ever again. Like
I think the biggest thing that I miss, man, I tell people all the time, man, football is hard, man. It's really hard, man. And the three things that I miss, man, is probably the 3 days that I miss. You know, number one, I miss playing on Sunday. Number two, I miss Monday because that's when I used to pick my check up. And I miss Tuesday because it was my day off, man. If I could just have those 3 days, I'd be cool. But the rest of it suck, man, because football is hard, bro. Pick yourself, beating your body up, man. I didn't want to do all that. But if I could just have those 3 days, man, I'd be cool, bro.
Right. That's dope. Well, good. A lot of dope questions, fellas. But, Barry, we're going to get into some of the games that we play on our pod. Now, we got a game called Bag It or Trash It. Basically, yay or nay, yes or no. So I'm going to pose a question. Either you bag it, saying that, yes, I agree, or trash it. Nah, it's quiet. That's for the birds. Wherever you take it, that's how you trash it. All right, so bag it and trash it question specifically for you. Bag it or trash it. Will the Eagles make the playoffs? Bag it saying yes, trash it saying no.
At the end of the day, we got to bag that, man. They got younger, man.
Yeah.
They got speed at the wide receiver position, man. That's what they needed. Defensively, they now got to shut down corner. So I got to bag it now, man. These guys are going to be pretty good. So, I mean, that's you know, they got good where they needed to get.
Right.
You mean if Carson stays healthy?
Right.
Yes. Well, it's definitely about that because we don't have that backup like we used to, man. We used to have a bomb backup. At this point, we got two guys trying to vie for Jalen Hurts, you know, and Nate Sudfeld. At this point, neither one of them are ready to take us to the Super Bowl like Nick Foles did. So either he stays healthy or it's going to be a whole lot of trash.
How's Jalen looking out there?
He's looking really good, man. In fact, I didn't think he had an opportunity to really get on the field, but this kid is a phenomenal player, man. I mean, he's got a strong arm. He's picking up the offense. He's a little more advanced as far as, you know, what he brings to the table than I thought. I mean, you have to respect him as a player, man. And, you know, if you try not to respect his arm, he'll turn around and he'll thread a needle and get it to the DB. But then if you try to stop the pass play, he can run the read option and, you know, outrun any of the guys you got out there. So he's one of those phenomenal players that he can sit back and he can evaluate, and you have to respect him as a defense. You have to play assignment correct when you're playing on defense, when you're playing a guy like Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. That's dope. And hopefully we see the Eagles in the playoffs this year. So
I want to see them in the playoffs.
He bagged it. We're going to bag it, too, because –
well, two guys might not bag it.
So we got two Giants fans here. So
they're going to have a squad, man. Your coach is up there, Debo and stuff, man. I mean, he got grown men running around. You know,
yeah, I love these guys that leave Bill Belichick's system and then go into another team thinking that they're Bill Belichick and then do all these crazy antics, and then they turn out to not be good. So good luck, guys.
Right.
Don't judge. Just go. Don't judge.
Oh, good.
So thank you for playing Bag of Trash. We got one more game for you. We're going to let you get out of here. So we got a game called Start, Bench, Cut. So we give you three players, who you starting, who you benching, who you cutting. And this is a hard one. This is a good one. So we got three former and elite historical running backs that come from the Eagles. We got Deuce Staley, we got Brian Westbrook, and we got Shady McCoy. Who you starting?
Oh, yeah.
Benching,
yeah.
Who you cut. Now,
I knew we were going to get him with Shady. I knew it.
Now, this is all in their prime. All in their prime. Who you starting, who you benching, who you cutting.
Wow.
Deuce, Shady, and Westbrook.
Wow, man, this is really, damn, man. I mean, this.
Take your time. Take your time.
I mean, literally, man. You look at it. You know, you got Shady, man. Shady leads the Eagles as far as the most, you know, rushing yardage. You know what I'm saying? So he's the leading rusher out of all running backs for the Eagles. Then, you know, you got Deuce, who's been, you know, guy I played with, you know, and he's one of the best coaches they've ever had in that organization. And then you got Westbrook. You got my boy, man, who is just an all-purpose back that can eat you alive from run, pass, and on special teams, man. I mean, you know, he has.
And that's why we making you pick. That's why we're doing it, because
Right.
we knew it was gonna be hard.
All right. I mean, I'm you know, at this point, I had to start Shady, because I mean, Shady, you know, he's a leading rusher, you know, in franchise histories, you know, so I have to start Shady. And then I'd have to, you know, I hate to say this, man, but I to bench Westbrook, man, because
Right.
I mean, he's an all-purpose guy. I mean, this guy,
Right.
you got to have on the squad just in case you bench him for running back. But then
Yep.
he can go and play special teams, you know, and
Right.
then he got a miracle in the Meadowlands by himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you guys remember that? Giants
you know,
fans?
That's all right.
And then
Cut
then
Deuce.
I mean, I have to cut Deuce, my boy. I played with Deuce. I played with Deuce with the Eagles, and I played with him with the Steelers, man. I got to cut Deuce. Oh, my goodness. He probably going to see this too, man. Hey, my fault, dog.
Hopefully.
We'll cut it. We can cut it if you want.
No, we good. That's my guy. We good.
Send it to him. No, because it was, when I was thinking about this, I tried to make it hard. Like, Deuce Staley, Jerome Bettis is like, when I was playing in high school, those guys I idolized because they would run through you, and that was my type of style. But I knew we're having Shady there, who's that guy, and then having Westbrook, who's, again, all-purpose when it comes to running and passing. Knew this was going to be a little hard for you. So,
you know, and it's especially when I played with dudes like Deuce. I was with the Eagles, man, and he hurt his ankle. And his ankle was hurt so bad that he couldn't stop him. It was going like this. He couldn't stop him from doing this. And he kept playing in the game. Every time he stopped, it'd be doing just like this. He couldn't stop it. It just kept going like this. I said, for that guy to suck it up, man, and go back in and play, and he's messed up like that, man, he's a special player, man. So, my fault, Deucey, but hey, man, I got to go with that.
Well,
Appreciate
Barrett, man, we just want to thank you for coming to the pod. Man, you're a real OG for us. We
appreciate it, man.
Before I leave, though, any advice for us? You know, we still new in the space. Any advice for us? You know, getting into this.
Y'all got the hottest name ever, man. That's the
Thank you. I love the name.
Pump that name up as much as you can. Man. Get it out there, man. But hey, you guys got the perfect concept, because everybody wants to be on a podcast, but they want to go in and be more than what they are. You guys are just guys in a barbershop chopping it up like you chop it anywhere else, man. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all on the street, you know what I'm saying, talking about sports. That's all you need right there, man. Guys that have a passion to want to talk sports, like you're on the stoop or you're in the barbershop, you know, talking trash to your boys, man. I appreciate the opportunity, man. And hey, I gotta come on again, bro. So let me know.
Barrett, we definitely want you on. But you want to plug all your shows, everything you're doing at
what you got going on?
Where people can find you?
Like I said, I'm at NBC Sports Philadelphia. I'm on podcast for NBC. I'm on their number one as far as RSN pre and post game show for the Eagles. You know, we're doing it, man. Eagles pregame live, Eagles postgame live. We break it down. We tell you exactly what it is. It's me and my man Seth Joyner, Ray Didinger. He's a Hall of Fame rider, and Mike is our Michael Barkan. He's our point guard. He just, you know, pass it to us, get it there, and we slam dunk it, man. You know, that's the most part. I also do college football on the weekends also, you know, if they have a college season. So, man, I do it all, man. But I appreciate it, man. Let me use the platform, man. Hey, tell everybody, man, they got to go out there and vote, man. Don't play around with this guy. Let him come back, man. Because he'll hear this podcast, believe that, and be talking about we're fake news when we know
we know what's the real. But, man, again, thank you for joining us, man. OSA episode 20. You're more than welcome to come back whenever you feel it.
I bet.
You got a lot of information that we still want to soak up, so we definitely going to have Ed reach out to you and say, yo, get him back if you want to. We going to let you know what we're doing. And
did Ed tell you how we met?
No, he ain't tell us how y'all met. We
met on a resort.
Okay.
Me and my wife are on a resort, and we're waiting on our room. And who shows up? Ed and his wife. So we just start chopping it up, man. And we just meet at different times at the resort, and we just got cool, man. And from that point on, man, we just got cool, and we've been chopping up ever since then. This is about 3 or 4 years ago, man.
Oh, wow.
That's dope, man. But again, thank you for
My
coming.
God.
Really appreciate it. And yeah, man, just thank you for being here, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Y'all have a good one now, all right?
All right, stay blessed, man.
Bro.
Stay
You
soon.
too now.
Yep. All right,
Okay,
guys,
we're
we
good.
back.
We black.
Guys.
We hope you enjoyed that interview. I'm really, really upset that I got freaking cut like halfway through.
Yeah,
My internet went down.
Shout out to
Yeah, you guys weren't talking shit about me, were you?
that was
Nah,
dope.
he was telling us again, like
Yeah.
how he met you and how he fucks with you and shit. So it was
okay.
dope, man. It was real dope. Shout out to Barrett for coming through and shit. He said he'll stop by, so we gonna hold you to that.
Yeah.
Bro.
Reoccurring guests. You're gonna be our first and only reoccurring guest.
Dope, like yo, just
For now.
all around. Yeah, for now. Dope person. A lot of gems would drop, man. Thank you, bro. We really appreciate it. We enjoy
Kick some serious knowledge.
content. Yeah, make sure y'all check him out on his platform. We'll have all that information here as well. But yeah, next up, we're gonna get into bag it or trash it. Like
It's
we always
time.
do. So bag it or trash it. First question. Y'all ready?
Yep.
All right, speaking, Barrett Brooks. We're going to the Eagles. Bag it or trash it. Going to you first, Ed. Is the Eagles the best team in the NFL East? Bag it or trash it.
Not because Barrett's my friend, not just because we had a nice conversation with him, and he gave us a little bit of insight with the Philadelphia Eagles. So, Tiff, if you're listening, you're gonna want to listen to this specifically.
Right.
But I'm gonna bag it, and solely because of one thing. And I've been kind of like banging my drum on this. I know Mike McCarthy is a really good coach, but it's a new coach, it's a new system in Dallas, it's a new coach, it's a new system in New York, it's a new coach, and it's a new system in Washington. The only thing to say is the same coach, same system, same quarterback, a lot more pieces around them. And from what Barrett told us, the Eagles look really, really good. So I have no reason to believe that they're not going to win the NFC East. So I'm going to bag.
All right, Drew. Bag it or trash it. Eagles in the East.
I'm going to say I would like to, not because I'm saying that they're not going to do it. I'm just saying there's a team that's like right there with them.
Dad just wants to know: are they the best team? It's not.
All right, Eagles, the best team in the NFL East. Bag it or trash it.
In the East, best team in the season.
John, you drinking a beer?
No.
Nah.
That ain't cool, man.
It's hard because I would say bag it, but I'm down. I'm just saying there's another team that's right there with them.
Who's going to compete with them?
I put the Cowboys right there because put the Cowboys right there. It's a battle between them. Like they're right next to each other in the running. Like
right.
You think they split when they play each other, or you think one team sweeps them?
I think they split.
Okay.
I don't think so.
DQ. Bag it or trash it. Is the Eagles the best in the NFC East?
If OG say the Eagles are the best,
Triple OG.
Eagles are the best.
Triple OG.
He said
so
the Eagles are the best.
So you bag it.
All
right, Kev. Bag it or trash it.
Trash.
Why?
No bias. No bias.
No bias? All right.
He doesn't got anything. He's not prepared.
So either way, I would like to still trash it. I hate to say it, but I do think the Cowgirls, as of right now, are the best team in the division.
Again, I think it's just going to be really tough to learn a whole new Mike McCarthy system, and clearly there was something wrong with him if Aaron Rodgers is trying to run you out of the town, and he did.
Yeah, but the defense, their defense got stronger in the offseason.
Yeah.
They got some players back. And
their offense looks unstoppable.
And again,
it feels like it's going to be unstoppable.
Yeah. All right, John, bag it or trash it.
Trash it?
No. Bias aside, John.
Also, shout out to my Giants for signing Logan Ryan.
Logan Ryan today. Yeah, that was a good pickup.
Yeah.
Damn. You know, the Jets really noted on themselves when they were like, "Oh yeah, we totally signed this guy."
Because our second round pick is done for the season.
What? Who?
Xavier McKinley.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Baker again. I thought Baker was going to make his weekly cameo on this podcast.
No, I'm saying McKinley, what I said, 3-4 months for him. For his
Yeah.
That's the fucking
At
season,
least.
dude.
Yeah, basically.
All right, so John, you
Nah, he'll be back for the playoffs.
You trashing it with no bias.
I trashed it. Yeah.
With no bias.
No bias.
All right, whatever.
So who's the best team in the NFC, John?
Oh no, it's a toss-up.
Okay.
Who?
It says a toss-up.
Between who?
Yeah.
Between who?
You talking about all bias aside?
It's 4 teams in the division, right? So everybody.
Yeah, and 2 of them are very, very bad, John.
No,
We'll see.
disrespect.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
All
serious.
right. What do you mean? What team you talking about?
Everybody, John,
I don't know what
how many more games do you think realistically the Giants are going to win this year? 10.
Realistically, this year,
Yep.
I say at least.
we can win 9.
John's going to say 11.
No, I was actually gonna say 7, at least 7.
And that qualifies to be the
No,
best
they're
team in the
best.
NFC East?
Yup, it just
I
might.
think they'll play
It just
hard.
might.
You acting like these other 2 teams are gonna win like over 10 games, and I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Cowboys can sweep the Giants. I think the Cowboys can sweep the Redskins. I think the Eagles can sweep the Giants. I think the Eagles can sweep the Redskins. What are we talking about here? There's no home field advantage, John. Whatever. All right, move on.
All right,
I'm done.
Moving on.
Yeah, well, I'm not trying to argue today. I'm in a good mood. I don't want to argue.
They don't got that, right?
All right.
So, bag of the trash. Now, Big Ben is back. He's been showing some promise, in camp. And last year, still was what 8-8. They had some issues with the team. Buddy fighting and shit. The kid getting sick all the time. The running back, what's his name?
James Conner.
James Conner, always on the IR and shit. So, with Big Ben being back, bag of the trash. John, to you first. Will Big Ben make the Steelers a playoff team again? Bag of the trash.
I am going to bag it, and as long as he stays healthy, and also James Conner's he get hurt, but didn't he battle
Cancer?
Cancer.
Yeah,
cancer.
100%. Yep.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
he might miss a few games, but I feel like also the Steelers need Leonard Fournette just got cut.
Right.
We'll see where he lands. For sure.
That's crazy. It needs some help. But as long as Big Ben stays healthy, injury didn't really affect his ability to play.
Yeah.
I'll bag the Steelers making a playoff run with Big Ben.
Right, Drew, bag of trash. Steelers making the playoffs with Big Ben.
I mean,
I would say bag it because with like subpar quarterback play, as you just said, they went 8-8. So if you factor in Big Ben and he stays upright, that's a big if. But if he stays upright, he can definitely push them to a playoff spot.
And they're gonna have an additional playoff spot this year, right? Additional wild card spot.
Yeah, and
it's the first year with an extra wild card spot for sure.
That even makes it better. Makes it better at that.
Hey, Eddie, bag of the trash.
I'm going to trash it. We said there is that extra playoff spot. Sure. Yeah, that's great. That's fun. It's all nice and dandy. Big Ben, the last time he was healthy, again, remember, he said there was one game that he threw 4 picks against the Jacksonville Jaguars with Gardner Minshew leading that team. He literally shrugged his shoulders and said, yeah, I don't know if I have it anymore. Then he had the injury.
2 years ago?
What's that?
I think that happened like 2 years ago.
Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. But shut up, John. Let me fucking finish. Okay? Again, remember, you do have to play the reigning champion of the AFC North in the Baltimore Ravens. I think the Cleveland Browns, even I'm one of those weirdos that still believe in them. I mean, offensively, they're just too good to not win that many.
On paper.
But I think, there's and the Bengals got better. I don't see that many moves that the Steelers made to make them better, but I know that the Bengals got better. I know that the Ravens got better, and I know that the Browns got better, and I can't really sit there and say that the Steelers got any better. I think they might be on the outside looking in. They could go maybe 9-7, 10-6, but still that might not be enough to win you in the AFC. The AFC is going to be a tough division this year. Finally a tough conference. in the AFC.
All right, DQ.
Before you
What happened?
quick thing on Eddie's take. What was I say? With the extra wild card spot, they have a chance. 3 teams from one division can go.
Sure, they could, but I mean, I look at teams like the newly led Indianapolis Colts that could take that spot. I look at go ahead.
Nothing.
I look at the Bills and the Pats.
You gave a whole talk about bagging the Eagles being the best team in the division, right?
Yeah.
The fact that they got the same coach and everybody else has
same system, same. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. So do the Ravens, and so do the Browns. I just think that the locking up the spots there, like locking up the AFC North is definitely going to be the Ravens. And they're going to get one of the wild cards, the Browns. I think that the Steelers will be on the outside looking in.
I'm saying, don't the Browns have a new head coach?
I mean, it's the same system, though. I mean, it's the new head coach, but it's the same system. It's all getting passed down. Freddie Kitchens shouldn't have even gotten the job. It should have been Greg Williams. Everyone knows that. The team performed better there, but there's a good feeling in this camp. And again, it's the same players.
I'm going with Mike Tomlin.
DQ.
You going with Kev?
Bag of the trash and will Bill Roethlisberger get the Steelers to the playoffs? Bag of the trash.
Put him in the coffin. Hell no. Trashing it. Ain't Ben Roethlisberger canceled anyway? Nah, I don't want to see him.
No, he keeps getting away with.
He's still here. He's still running.
He's still here between the allegations and the motorcycle accident and the getting fat and the losing the weight and
growing a beard.
Wow.
Fat.
Yeah, he got real fat.
All right, Kev, bag of trash, Big Ben.
So what's the question again?
Will Big Ben make the Steelers a playoff team again?
So I'm be honest, because I don't have any chips in this race or horses in this race or whatever.
I can't stand the Steelers. I'm so mad that Barrett said that they were good organization.
I want them to be good simply because I love the Ravens-Steelers rivalry, but the Ravens are definitely winning this division. And if the only way that the Steelers are not making the only way the Steelers are making the playoffs, or if the Browns don't show up again. And I say that to say this, the Browns are a scary team. If they put it all together, they could be as explosive as KC.
Don, they got Kareem Hunt and fucking Nick Chubb.
I'm just being honest. Like,
that's just running backs.
They can be explosive.
I don't have faith in their head coach. I have faith in Mike Tomlin.
Listen, they could be as explosive as KC. And if the Browns show up, like, if they're half as good as what they look like on tape, then yeah, the Steelers won't make it.
The Browns had the same amount of weapons last year. What happened?
That's why I said they put it together.
Yeah, but
if they put it together, the Steelers are out. If they don't, the Steelers will definitely get in.
The director of putting it together, the head coach, the
orchestrator,
make sure everything goes, then put it together. And I'm saying now you have a new coach. It's the same system as a new coach. Now they have to buy into him. What if he doesn't put it together?
All right, so going.
I don't know. We'll see.
Going to you first, John, on the next question. Bag of the trash. Now, David Johnson was traded.
I love this question.
Texans. B-Hop sending him to Arizona.
Traded in history of the NFL, my opinion.
Craziest trades. But David Johnson is a good player. He's been dealing with injuries. So we want to see what type of season he had this year, being that he is back healthy. So, bag of trash it. Will David Johnson have more than 800 rushing yards this season? Bag of trash.
Yeah.
Healthy? If healthy, I think he could do it. But he's been unhealthy.
Oh, he's healthy right now. So, bag of trash.
Right now, I'm going to trash it.
Okay.
It's not like he's incapable of not getting 800. I think he get 1,000 easy. But it's just he gets banged up, he gets hurt, misses a couple of games. I want him to prove me wrong. He doesn't have to prove me wrong, but I would love him to prove me wrong. So I'm gonna trash it.
Bag of the trash.
One question: how is the O-line for the Houston Texans?
Okay, so I mean, do your research. It's a good offensive line.
They're good.
Come on.
They're one of the best in the league.
Are you serious?
It's a question.
No, just be prepared.
Is it? Hold on. Was it a rhetorical question?
No. Yeah. No. Okay.
No, it wasn't rhetorical because he doesn't know what it means.
Oh my.
So again,
I'm kidding. I love you, Drew. I love you.
Based on your knowledge of the Texans and their team, will David Johnson have an 800-yard rushing year? Bag of the trash.
I'll say bag it because honestly, 800 yards, I say is very possible to get for a really good running back. To be honest, if he stays healthy, you can get that easy. So I'll say bag it.
Eddie, bag of the trash.
Sorry, Drew. I love you. You know that, right?
No, I don't know that. Fuck
Say
you.
it back. Say it back. Say it back.
I love you, Ed. Shut up.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
That being said, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a reason why I'm probably the best regular season fantasy football player in this whole group. Drew is the reigning 3-time champ now, Drew?
Well, I lost last year, but 2-time champ before that. So
okay. Yeah. So Drew's a 2-time champ. He beat me twice, too. Didn't you beat me twice for both championships?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you went through me to get to him.
Yeah. It really sucks. But one of the things that I do, and I'm going to give you guys this, a little tidbit since fantasy football is right around the corner. So under Bill O'Brien, he has had 3 running backs over 1,000 yards. Arian Foster in 2014, Lamar Miller in 2016, and Carlos Hyde in 2019. Now, because it was like 800 yards, and it was a little weird that you asked that, but I understood why you did after I did a little bit of research here. But the lowest I saw Lamar Miller in 2018 had 978 yards, and then also in 2017 he had 888. Now let's go to David Johnson. His best season was
I compared it to his.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And once I did the research, I realized how it was a very smart question. David Johnson's best year was a little over 1,400 yards. That's not counting all-purpose because he was a big dual threat running back. He caught the ball from the backfield. And then his worst year, healthy, was a little over 940 yards. So yeah, I'm going to bag it. I think in a Bill O'Brien system, or a run-heavy system, a quarterback, running back option system where you got Deshaun Watson that can run the football, and you have David Johnson, a threat, but as a receiver and a running back. Right. I think, sure, yeah. There's no reason why I don't think he should get a little over, at least 1,000-yard rushing season this year.
Right. All right, DQ, bag of the trash, David Johnson, 800 yards.
So, based on Bro's career stats, he has a pattern going on pretty much where he'll do really shitty and do really well and really shitty.
A lot of that's injury too, though, buddy.
Yeah. So, if he's healthy and he's coming off this subpar 2019 season, he's going to clearly go past that 800 mark most likely. So, I'll bag it.
Okay, good shit. Kev, bag of the trash.
Healthy, he's really one of the best like downhill running backs in the league, and he's in a system where the offensive line they're good, bro. Like
one of the best.
I don't know what to tell y'all if y'all watch tape or not, but bro, he's definitely gonna run for more than 800 yards.
Well, now, you think he's gonna finish, Kev?
Huh?
What do you think he'll finish?
He's gonna finish?
Yeah.
If he stays healthy for the whole season, yeah, I'll put him at like 1150. Maybe 6 TDs, and if he has a subpar type year, or he finds the end zone more, he'll run for a little less, but he'll clear 1,000, and he might have like 8, 9 touchdowns. So
right. And again, he's
probably gonna boost it also.
Yeah, he's a dual purpose type of back too. So he'll get
the amazing thing about him too.
Another 3 or 4.
He's in shape too, bro.
Yeah, most of the dual threat running backs, they're slim, they're slender. When they do run, they kind of go on pitches, they go on options. He's a big dude, and he runs up the middle. A little bit like I think. Again, I see some Saquon in him, right? Or I see some of David Johnson in Saquon when he was very, very good. David Johnson.
David Johnson's still good. He just gets hurt.
Still,
Again, injury wise.
Yeah, I don't think he as elusive as Saquon because he ain't running. He's not running from it. He's running to that shit. Like he don't run from tackles. Like he run to that shit. He really a bruiser. Like he will come at you. Whereas Saquon but he still got the power to run through you and shit. But David Johnson.
Saquads.
So if he like all y'all said, if he's healthy, he might make it on Cavs fantasy team. All right, so
wait. Before we move on from David Johnson, who has more yards? D-Hop or Saquon? Or sorry, D-Hop or David Johnson?
Who
has more all-purpose yards?
All-purpose?
Oh, this season?
All-purpose.
All-purpose.
Yep.
How the fuck you gonna have? What you said?
Yeah, D-Hop runs sometimes. Okay, let's say who's gonna have because of the trade? Who's gonna have more all-purpose yards? D-Hop or David Johnson?
David Johnson.
Yeah, probably David Johnson.
David Johnson.
Who gonna have more fantasy points?
Anybody that doesn't know what they're talking about is gonna say D-Hop, but that's a loaded question. But it's gonna be David Johnson.
Yards and get like 800 receiving yards, and that's 50.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. All right. I guess you're right. That's not fair. Who's gonna have the most touchdowns or touchdowns?
Okay.
I
still give it to David Johnson though. Like.
Yeah, I still give it to David Johnson too, and fantasy points, depending on your league, PPR or whatever.
Nah. D-Hop is finding the end zone this year a lot.
I hope so.
I think Kyler just gonna fucking chuck it to him.
Nah.
That's all you gotta do.
Again, it goes back to like you're talking dual threat, bro.
D-Hop might have David Johnson on the team. Might. He has a shot, but usually running backs is more, because
he can get some like easy 1 yard rushes.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so maybe fantasy points.
D-Hop might beat him in fantasy.
D-Hop, yeah, I got D-Hop. All right,
yeah, especially in PPR. D-Hop's gonna get his touches.
I find somewhere to put D-Hop over David Johnson.
Yeah, D-Hop lines up everywhere, bro. When you put him in the slot, he burns.
Yo, D-Hop and Larry Fitzgerald on the same fucking football team.
Crazy.
What are you talking about?
Crazy, man.
And don't sleep on Captain Kirk, because Christian Kirk nice too.
All
right, moving on. Last one.
Yep.
Yep. Trash. We're back in NY. Now we got a lot of NY football teams. We got the Bills, we got the Jets, we got the Giants. Back in the trash it.
Only one of them is the real New York football team, because the other two play in New Jersey.
So, bag of the trash it. Will all NY football teams make the playoffs? To you first, Kev. Bag of the trash.
Can we do this on 3 or?
I'm gonna.
No, not on 3, because
I'm gonna trash it.
Everybody's gonna be different.
Yeah.
I'm gonna trash it.
Yeah, John gonna be like, bag it.
I'm gonna trash it.
You trash it. Who ain't making it?
The Jets might not make it. The Jets might not make it, and the Giants might not make it.
All right, cool.
And the Bills might not make it.
Yeah, we're Kansas.
If Cam does what he's supposed to do, bro.
And they get Leonard Fournette.
Why would they get Leonard Fournette? They don't need him.
They don't need him.
The Bills should. That'd be smart.
The Pats don't need no running backs.
Nah, they don't need no running backs. They got Sony Michel. They got Sony Michel. They got White Boy, Rex Burkhead, and James White.
But they all mostly like passing, like.
No, well, Burkhead is the thumper. Yeah, Burkhead's the thumper.
White is all purpose.
Yeah, exactly. White is all purpose, and Sony's
I had all them assholes in fantasy. They ain't doing shit. So.
Yeah, well,
because you never know who's gonna get the ball.
That's the problem with Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick don't like running backs for some stupid ass reason.
All right, so
he's like, "Oh, you fumbled once, you're on the bench."
So, Kev, you bagged it or you trashed it, right?
Yeah, he trashed it. It's a possibility all 3 of them don't make it.
All right,
yeah,
DQ.
100%. Yeah.
DQ bagging the trash.
I gotta trash it. The most likeliness of every New York sports team making the playoffs, and this year it's not gonna happen.
All right, Eddie, back to the trash.
Me?
Yeah.
No. No New York team is good. Period. Baseball, football, basketball. We don't win anymore. We got the Islanders. Hopefully, maybe. I'm not even an Islanders fan, but I just need a championship in New York. When was the last time we had one? 2011. This is fucking brutal, man. Like, so the possibilities of all three New York teams making New York is dead. Okay, we need to win some championships.
What was that team that won the championship?
Huh?
What was the last New York team to win the championship?
No, the Giants.
Say with some bass in your chest.
Hold on. The Giants. But no, I'm trashing. They suck. We suck. Bills might make it.
Trashing it, bro. Giants might not make it. Jets might not make it. So,
what about the Bills?
The Bills are going to make it.
You got the Bills going.
The Bills don't play in New York. They play in Canada. What are we talking about?
All right, Johnny.
They play in the state.
Back in the trash.
Trashing it because
The Bills could literally sweep the Dolphins and sweep the Jets, lose to the Pats, and still not be able to make it, even with an extra playoff.
You guys ever been to Buffalo? Any of you?
No.
It's awesome.
I've never met them before.
It's awesome. You should go to Buffalo. That's cool.
John, what's your pick?
I went on a work trip. It was great.
I said I want to see all teams. Jets. I said Jets definitely not making it.
Giants might, go Judge. Yeah, Saquon, baby goat DJ,
baby.
If it wasn't for the Jets being in New York, I would bag it. Is that what you're trying to say?
That's a fact.
Fuck you, John.
That's a fact.
Fucking hater.
Only some real niggas in Buffalo, though. Shout out to Griselda. But, all right, that's bag of the trash. We're going to get into Star Bench Cut. First up. Now, I got questions and pushback with this one because I guess it wasn't clear of what I was doing initially.
Yep.
Star Bench Cut. So, these three QBs are like OGs in the league. Most of them on their last leg. Don't have too much time left. So,
who knows with one of them?
With Brady,
one of them.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be good in this year coming?
Right. So that's the whole thing. So we got Big Ben, we got Tom Brady, and we got Phillip Rivers. Who are you picking today? Not what they've done career-wise.
Okay.
Who are you picking today? Start bench cut. Eddie, kick us off.
I know John's going to probably call me out for being a
Hypocrite?
Hypocrite. Thank you, John. Thank you. I almost said hypochondriac, thinking I was sick. So that's where my head's at today. But I think offensively, the weapons there are insane. Mike Evans, on record, is one of my favorite wide receivers in the league right now. Chris Godwin's really good. They have Cameron Braid over there. They have O.J. Howard over there. Now they got Doug Gronk over there. The running game is a little shaky, but I feel like Brady's just going to start chucking it to these guys, and that's all he needs to really do. So I'm going to start Tom Brady.
Brady.
Bucks
got shady.
Yeah.
And they got shady. Yeah, and they got shady. But again, do they have shady? They have old shady. If they have old shady, this is easy.
Bucks might fuck around.
If every game was a snow game, shady.
Yeah, woo.
You heard?
But
like people like Ed Miserable, the Bucks go get Leonard Fournette.
Yeah. I mean, it's not gonna make me miserable. He's out of my division. He's out of my league. He's out of my conference. I don't care. I mean, look. If you won a Super Bowl this year, I'm not gonna care. I'm not gonna care.
You go to sleep when you close your eyes at night. You see Tom Brady.
I do. Most nights, those are my worst nightmares.
And they make it love.
But to contradict everything that I've said, new system, new quarterback, blah 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 blah, new offense, whatever. I'm gonna bench Phillip Rivers because I think out of the other two remaining, I think Phillip Rivers is the better quarterback of the two. I know that Big Ben's got the 2 Super Bowls, but does he? Kev is notorious for saying that Santonio Holmes catch wasn't a catch. I know Barrett was in on that play. We heard that story of him kicking the helmet underneath. In on that play where Big Ben did score that 1-yard touchdown. But even that, looking back at it, sorry, Barrett, I love you, bud, but I don't think Roethlisberger crossed that plane before that ball came down. But yeah, I'm gonna have to cut Big Ben. I'm gonna bench Rivers,
the
and I will
Steelers
start
been
Brady.
low key cheating for a minute, bro. Have y'all seen the immaculate reception?
Kev, what kind of team are you running, dude? Ever since you took over, that's when all the scandalous stuff started happening.
Kev, you should have asked Barrett if he thought San Antonio caught that.
Bro, the immaculate
I didn't want to. I was gonna call you out, Kev, but if I didn't cut out on that last minute, I was gonna do that, John.
Yeah,
I was gonna do it. But he wasn't in that. He wasn't there for that Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know, but I'm telling
Different
you,
Super Bowl.
immaculate
You have an
reception.
opinion about it? No.
It wasn't there though.
All right. So
Kev, start bench cut. Who you got?
So obviously, we're talking about today with the teams. I'm obviously gonna bench Phillip Rivers because I think he's gonna cook this year, and I'm starting Brady, and I gotta cut Big Ben, man. I think Juju Smith-Schuster is a one-trick pony that is most likely the worst one-trick pony in the league. So, yeah, it's just not going to happen. And
I really like their draft pick in Chase Claypool. I think he's going to be the Antonio Brown, the Robin to his Batman.
Phillip Rivers really that's my sleeper team for the year. I finally saying it. I'm on record saying that the Colts are definitely my
I agree with you.
For this year.
It's an easy division now.
Yeah, and they got a real good team.
Yeah.
DQ, start bench cut.
I am going to start Tom Brady, bench Phil Rivers, and cancel that's Ben Roethlisberger.
He ain't never gonna get canceled, man. He got away with it. What?
True.
All right, so I'm definitely going to bench Tom. I'm definitely going to start Tom Brady because on his team, like their offense is sick, so he's going to get the start.
So you cutting Tom Brady?
I'm starting Tom Brady, you dumbass. Fuck it. This is hard because unlike these people, I kind of like the Steelers team.
Would you say the Steelers is your third favorite team?
No.
No. Okay.
All right. Forget you. I'm benching Big Ben. Okay. I'm benching Big Ben. Yeah. I believe in it. I believe in Big Ben this season.
You're drunk, bro.
I mean, I can be drunk, but it's my opinion.
He said, I could be drunk.
I can. You'll never know if I'm drunk. But yeah. Benching Big Ben.
I'm benching Big Ben. I believe.
You and DQ got to do some more homework on football, bro. You're drunk, bro.
Okay. John.
I could be.
Trash it.
Nice and simple. Start Brady. Bench Big Ben and cut Phillip Rivers.
He's drunk too.
Why? No.
Okay, Jack.
Yeah, glossing over the fact that Phillip Rivers didn't have weapons in San Diego, L.A. Chargers. I forgot they moved.
L.A., but he was there for San Diego.
They had a really good team. What was wrong with that?
You got Keenan Allen, Mike Williams,
Defense.
Austin Eckler, Melvin Gordon.
They got a Bosa brother, right?
Yeah, but that was
it.
Kev.
But John, what you're missing is there's a really good there's a really good offensive line down there in Indianapolis, and they don't have the best wide receivers, but definitely the most slept on wide receivers. And I think their running game is really good in Marlon Mack and what's that other kid?
A few episodes ago, we had a whole argument about.
Don't they got Melvin Gordon now?
No, Melvin Gordon's in Denver.
Right.
But look at the weapons he had. He had Melvin Gordon. Oh, what's his name?
Bald head kid.
Austin Eckler?
No, wide receiver from the Chargers.
Keenan Allen.
Oh, Keenan.
Keenan Allen.
All right.
Keenan's a dog, bro.
Yeah, Keenan's one of the best receivers in the game.
But what was
John?
What was his issue?
John, we
are Keenan? Injury. Injury. I'm not talking about Keenan.
Who,
Melvin?
No.
Oh, we're talking
They
about
had those weapons,
Phillip
and what
Rivers.
was the issue? Phillip was throwing it to the other team.
Okay. Yeah, they were down late in a lot of games.
Because he kept throwing.
But Ben has his interception issues too, John.
Yeah, but
And his health issues. That's my thing.
But
Ben better
Ben
stop
came through-
acting like a soldier
Well,
and he
Ben
needs to
came
get rid of
through
the ball.
at the end of the day, you look at their track record, their resume, even though they say right now, Big Ben came through in games he needed to come through, and Phillip Rivers hasn't.
Yeah, but Big Ben also fell apart once he lost Le'Veon, once he lost Antonio Brown, and again, they lost that Super Bowl against the Packers in 2012, and what have they done since?
What Super Bowl Phillip Rivers played in yet?
never.
All right, that's a good point. That's a good point. But how many times has Big Ben led the league in passing or been in the top 5 in passing yards and in touchdowns?
3 years ago. So once,
But,
I think.
Didn't he have a game?
Bill throws the ball. He slings it. He's in that what Dev calls the school of Favre, where you just
Also, didn't Big Ben have a game where he threw like 7 touchdowns in one game?
yeah. Then he also had a game where he threw five interceptions in one game against the Jacksonville Jaguars
Okay.
after Saxonville was over.
All right. Okay.
All right, moving on. Y'all gonna keep on there. But who you starting? You mentioned you cut, John. Just to refresh it, because I didn't remember.
I'm starting Brady. It's not even a question.
Benching,
who am I benching? Who I'm cutting? Brady. This I add. Big Ben and I'm cutting Rivers.
Thank you, John.
That's all I heard, John. I heard.
No, Ed, it's okay. We all know you have a shrine of Tom Brady in your closet.
Where? I'll walk you around my entire apartment.
On some
No problem
Helga,
doing that.
on some
Hey, Arnold Helga. Don, I'll literally walk you around my entire apartment.
We got.
You put it away. It's not meant for us to see it.
Next up on Star Bench Cut.
Your eyes
Next up on Star Bench Cut. Star Bench Cut. Next up on Star Bench Cut. All right, we got 3 elite centers. 2, they retired now. And then we got 1 playing currently. So we got Marquise Pouncey.
You killed my headphones, John.
We got Matt Burke, known for being part of the Vikings. And then we got Jeff Saturday, known for protecting Peyton Manning. So who you starting? The Peyton Manning. So who you starting, who you cut, who you benching? John, kick it off with you first. Star bench cut.
They're all great O-lines, and of the three, 2 of them was on Super Bowl winning teams.
Mm-hmm.
I let the stat of what you call it. Oh, I also looked at like other stats, but here I'm gonna say my list. I'm gonna give you why. I'm starting Jeff Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Starting Jeff Saturday. I'm benching Pouncey, and I'm cutting Burke. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I have all this stuff. My bad.
Have your shit ready, John.
You said what?
Have your
Have
shit
it ready.
No, I did bad. I definitely did bad, but it was a crazy stat. I looked at it was like a penalty stat, and
and Kirk was the most penalized out of them.
Yeah, I think Jeff Saturday had the less amount, and he played most years with them all.
Yeah.
And he had the less amount, and that also played a role in me picking him as my starter. And also the all pros and stuff. Jeff Saturday was 6, Burke was 6, and Pouncey was 8. 8 all pros. Yeah. Oh, 8. No, 2-time all pro. Pouncey's an 8-time Pro Bowler. Saturday is a 6-time Pro Bowler. Burke was a 6-time Pro Bowler.
Yep. And Pouncey was a 3-time second team all pro as well.
All right, AD. Star bench cut. Who you got?
These are more likely where I'm familiar with their careers. So I'm starting Pouncey, I'm benching Jeff Saturday, and I'm cutting Burke. That's more likely, yeah. I'm familiar with all their careers, like in that order.
Got you. Eddie, star bench cut.
I know Burke had the Super Bowl over Pouncey, and what Kev alluded to, he was the most he had a lot of penalties. I can't say it. But I'm going to start Jeff Saturday. I think he's a legend. I think he's one of the best offensive linemen I've seen of watching the games. And I'm benching Pouncey because he's a fucking dog, and he don't care, and his brother's just as good. Let's go back to, I know it was recent, and I know maybe there were certain things said to Myles Garrett, but Pouncey was the first one ready to fight, and I definitely want somebody like that.
He was there.
My side. Pouncey just started.
Yeah, going.
That's the guy I definitely want on the bench. That's definitely the guy that I need having my back.
Nah, he was on it. All right, DQ.
I'm going to do it in the exact order it is listed in. So I'm starting Pouncey. No, I'm starting Pouncey. Benching Burke. I'm cutting Saturday. I need to explain myself.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Yeah.
I don't need
to
I explain myself. Y'all gonna get mad at me. So
okay. Why? Because does Pouncey have a Nike deal and Saturday have an Adidas deal?
I don't know who they are. So
Okay.
That explains it. All right, Kev. Do your research, DQ.
Okay, so at the end of the day, to me, football, the way that I always learned it, the second most important position in football is the center position because the relationship with the quarterback is key, bro. But at the end of the day, you being the person that has to know the cadence the most outside of the quarterback cannot be messing up, bro. Like, so Burke, you're out of here, bro. What are you doing, bro? Like, that shit gets me tight. Like, you see a tackle start, like, false start or something like that, okay, a guard,
that's
maybe.
fine. Yeah, they're the furthest away.
The furthest, like, the way more you come in, the less acceptable it is. You know, whatever. Anyway, but I'm obviously starting Saturday because he's the GOAT. He played with the GOAT, you know. And then Pouncey again. Okay, relax. Pouncey definitely is coming off my bench.
All right. See.
What's you, John?
John,
how you a sinner and you don't got the count right?
John went. But again, y'all, Burke is a Hall of Fame. So take some of that.
But Burke gave up a lot of penalties, though. He definitely gave up a lot. He gave up 40 for his career.
He gave us some penalties, but look who he had when who was working for. He had Dante Culpepper. Like niggas that was moving. And the
Pouncey, right now, Pouncey has been called for 23 penalties, and Saturday, throughout his whole career, has only been called for 24.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, John, how long was his career? I'm assuming you have it in front of you?
Yeah, 14 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Now, I didn't do the first one.
That's barely a penalty a game. Barely.
I didn't do the first one, and it's kind of biased. But I will start Jeff Saturday. I'm going to bench Pouncey, and I'll cut Burke. But
but definitely put respect on his name.
But put some respect on that Burke's name.
You acting like you was going to do something with Burke.
They're all great linemen. All great linemen.
He was 99 on Madden a few times. Fuck out of here.
He might have been 99 in NFL Street, nigga.
No.
Also
not NFL Street. You know who was? Do you know who was? Jeff Saturday.
But Burke also was on a team.
I remember Jeff Saturday being on NFL Street.
Burke also played for a team that won a Super Bowl, so he has that.
Yeah, that was like a big thing in my consideration. Also, like Pouncey was the 8-time Pro Bowler, where Burke was only a 6-time Pro Bowler, and 2-time All Pro with Burke and a Super Bowl champion. But Pouncey had the most out of all of them as far as All Pro and Pro Bowl.
All right, last up, start bench cut. Now this one.
Let Johnny go first.
Yeah, please.
This is
I'm going to start Randy. Oh, I want to guess John's.
So this is more of a red zone threat. So you're in a red zone. Right? Who you got? You got Gronk with the red zone ISO. You got Moss with the lob.
That's what I got to do.
Or you got beast mode running up the middle.
Unless you're Pete Carroll. In the Super Bowl at the 2-yard line.
Crazy.
With three downs.
Yeah, with 3 downs.
With 3 downs.
Crazy.
All right, so again,
I'm gonna pass it.
you got the ISO, the lob to Moss, and running it up the middle with beast mode, star bench cut. Drew, who you got?
Oh, we went to Drew. They wanted me to start it over. All right, cool.
All right.
I got you next, John.
Even though this hates me, even though I hate this because he did this for a team I can't stand, it's gonna be Gronk. Is gonna be my starter. I'm going to bet.
Is your nose bleeding?
No.
Oh, okay. You got a booger?
Why y'all?
He just being his nose. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what you were doing. I was concerned.
I'm about a cocaine residue.
I'm gonna bench Moss and I'm gonna cut. Can I have 2 benches because I can't cut?
No, you have to cut somebody.
Can't cut these two, bro. All
right, John, star bench cut.
Easy. I'm starting Randy.
Yeah, John.
Starting Randy. It gets really tough here, but I'm gonna have to bench beast mode and cut Grunt.
Yeah, John. I'm so proud of you, John. I knew you were gonna do that, but.
All right, Kev, what you got?
Mine literally mirrors what Johnny said. As far as Gronk in the red zone, he's not a inside the 5, get him the ball in the end zone type
John,
of guy.
He's an open field guy.
Yeah, he's inside the 30 where you want to cash in before you get too jammed
they
up.
do that red zone like ISO though with Gronk.
Mm-hmm.
Don't downplay Grunt. I cut him.
But definitely got to start ranking.
He's 6'7". He's also very hard to guard in the red zone.
Yeah, if he
put him on the
boxes
island
out.
1-on-1, it's tough.
Yeah, but Gronk, you getting cut, man. Fuck with you, but yeah. And definitely starting Randy and benching beast mode.
Yep. All right, DQ.
So I'm a little bit different. I'm going to start beast mode. I just feel like his ability to break tackles is extremely elite, especially in the red zone. Even though except for that one opportunity, he could have did something so great, but his coach is an asshole.
Right.
I wanna, even though I still feel that Randy Moss is extremely great in the open field, I feel he's more of a threat in the red zone, so I'm gonna bench him because if you're getting Moss in the red zone, that's more embarrassing because not only were you that small space you have to get jumped to get caught over is a little bit different, but yes, I'm gonna cut Gronk.
Yeah.
I hate agreeing with my fellow at some point roommates because at some point we were roommates, but
yeah, butt buddies.
Yeah, well, roommates too because when I was not going to Berkeley, I was staying with John and Kev. So I'm agreeing with John and Kev. I'm gonna start Moss. I'm gonna bench beast mode because even though they know he's gonna run the ball, he's still gonna score. It's beast mode. And I do love Gronk, even though I hate his team. I love Gronk as a person. But yeah, no, I'm sorry, buddy. I gotta cut you.
All right, John. Who's my favorite NFL player?
Of course, Randy.
Randy Moss. So.
I thought you were going to do the butt. I thought you were going to do the fake moon.
Frank Gore.
I thought you were going to jump up on the couch and do the fake moon.
That's another one. But I'm starting beast mode. Because in the red zone, why are you not running? Red zone.
Ask Pete Carroll.
Why are you not fucking running? And although I love Moss.
You heard that if you don't run, you have Randy Moss on the field.
That's true. That's true. And I've seen it. Robert Smith now was my guys, but when Randy was out there, you know how it was going red zone. Could you stop it? No. But I'm going to start beast mode running up the middle. 4 downs, we in there. Second, benching Randy Moss because it's fucking Randy Moss. And then Gronk, although also all elite in the red zone, I think the other 2 is more effective. So that's my start bench cut. All right. Let's start bench cut. We're going to get into the last segment.
Let's get it done.
Episode 20, OSA. We get into our last segment, and that is 5-5. Now, on today's episode, we're counting down from 5 to 1. The greatest losers. Now,
losers.
losers. Now it's
Loser.
Now we left it open because
This is probably better because mirror.
Now you can be a loser.
Loser.
You can lose. You can lose and
whatever. Get the picture.
All that.
Good.
All that goofy shit. So
Was that Lizzie McGuire?
Yeah.
Shout out Disney. Buy us.
Word, buy us. But it's a lot of different losers, losing big moments, teams or organizations that consistently lose. It's all up to y'all how y'all take it. I got a little bit of mix. Good teams that lost in big moments, losing ass teams that's always losing. It's free. Do you? All right. So we count down 5-1, and we're gonna kick it off with who we always kick it off with, Drew.
Yeah.
Who is your number 5
Drew?
Greatest loser?
Well, I'm going first. How can I be cheating? So
that's what we're saying.
Two of my co-hosts is going like this. My number 5 is going to be the 2007 almost ran the table Patriots, because going all the way through the whole season, guys, who team beat them in the Super Bowl? What's the team that beat them in the Super Bowl, guys? Come on.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Wait.
Hey.
This is your moment. Say who team beat them.
No. I'll say it. This is the reason why I dislike Giant fans. Kev, you were there. We were brothers in arms. We were right there. We had a Tom Brady voodoo doll because he had that ankle injury. Remember that? I celebrated that win with you. And what did you do since then? You turned on me.
That's all.
You turned on me, Kev. Kev, you turned on me. And you and John are the main reason why I hate Giants fans. I like the Giants.
Bro, that game was so crazy.
Your chest. Who beat the Patriots in 07?
The goddamn New York Football Giants.
No, fuck that. Say the G-Man.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Okay, so
maybe
number 5, Drew, you got who you say you got?
The 07 Patriots.
Good pick.
The almost perfect season.
Almost perfect.
All right, who you got at number 5?
My number 5 is a throwback 1980 Cold War. The Soviet Union hockey team was the best, and the USA team was, young, up and coming. Didn't really have much credit going on, but the Miracle on Ice, the 1980 Soviet Union hockey team, blew it, and USA, for a moment, were champions and were number 1.
Cool. Gotta look that up. I ain't know nothing about that. All right. DQ.
Yeah, they made a movie about it.
My number 5 is the 2015 New York Mets. My number 5 is because that series would have been theirs if the Royals weren't in the World Series before that were more hungrier.
Or if Matt Harvey didn't decide he wanted to go out.
Yeah, that fucking idiot. But yeah, that's
dude. You know what though? Like, that's not fair. Like, when I watched that game live, I was actually rooting for the Mets heavy. And when I saw Matt Harvey go back in the dugout when whoever the skipper was at the time, I can't remember his name, Terry Collins, was like, "Hey, dude, you're done." And Matt was like, "No, fuck that, I'm going out." And you could see it in his face that he really wanted to go out there. And he went. Obviously, it didn't work out for him. But, I love the passion. I loved what he wanted to do. But he ended up blowing the game, and that really sucked for his career, really. So.
All right, Kev, number 5.
So I never let this one go because this devastates me all the time. Super Bowl 43.
I knew it. Yo, that boy bring up that shit.
Larry Fitz.
Every fucking episode, dude. Anytime we talk football, every episode.
Yo, Larry Fitz and Baldwin. How do you say it?
Anquan.
Bro, they went off, bro. And because of that suspect catch in the back of the end zone.
Oh, it was a catch. We gotta ask Barrett. When we have Barrett back on, we're bringing it up.
Whoa.
I don't know, man.
That's 2 feet down?
Nah.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's a little biased because Antonio ended up playing with the Jets at some point. But
And on top of that, I will say they did get a chance to get the ball back and they didn't do their thing, whatever. But that's my number 5. I'll never let it.
Yeah, I gotta.
You're never gonna let it go.
You know, I gotta figure out a way to hold these questions because Kev found a way to always bring it back.
Always, dude.
I always go back to that.
Yeah.
John at number 5. Oh,
You're lucky I ain't make it like higher, bro.
At number 5, I have the Fab 5 Michigan Wolverine.
Woo!
Yeah,
Yes. That's a
Push
great
Rep is
pick.
still salty about that shit.
Great pick.
Good pick. All right, number 5, I have 2015-16 Golden State Warriors.
Nice.
73-9. Greatest record, wins in the league.
It don't mean a thing if you don't win that ring.
I don't care about none of that shit unless you win that ring and they lost to
Word.
Lego.
Fucking
Lebanon.
Cleveland.
What was
This is for you.
what was the point guard's name that like really went off? He was a nobody, little white boy. Point guard that like shut down Curry.
That was Dover.
Yeah.
Dellavedova. Jesus.
Yeah.
Where's he today?
Trash.
Yeah.
Deli time. Trash.
See, that was gonna be my number 5, but I had to find a way to get mine.
You funny as hell. Hey, Drew, at number 4.
That's good. Actually, that's my number 4. Like,
Okay.
when the whole.
Yeah. Sure it was.
Nah, that definitely was my number 4. I had that shit. Like,
All right, Drew. I believe you.
up to that. I fucking win the championship the year before.
Right.
Fucking go 17, go 73 and 9, and get to 3-1, and then fucking collapse, bro.
Yeah, that's.
Hey, what did the Golden State Warriors do?
Collapse. They collapsed, bro.
They won the next year.
3-1 lead. That's like a big meme. Come on, guys. They blew a 3-1 lead. 1 + 2 is 4. Really, whatever. All that shit that they do, all the math.
Yeah.
They blew a 3-1 lead. Anyway.
That's what I'm saying. They won 73-9, blew a 3-1 lead, lose the
They
championship.
won the previous league.
Brutal.
Ain't like that was their first championship. They won the year previous, bro.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, kept rolling his eyes.
Ed, number 4, what you got?
This is for you.
Hey, it was for Cleveland.
The Yankees?
Wait.
What?
2004. 2004.
Oh, that series with the Red Sox. Remember that shit.
1918 was still a chat.
Yeah.
COVID didn't exist.
Yeah.
We maybe already landed on the moon. Kanye was blowing up.
He was spitting through wires.
We traded for A-Rod. This was it. The curse of the Bambino was going to live on. We're up 3-0. The reverse sweep, 2004 Red Sox end up breaking the curse.
The first time ever.
It sucked. It was the worst feeling in the world.
That was crazy.
But yep.
It wasn't the
2004.
old stadium.
My loser is the 2004 Yankees.
The baseball played in that series was extremely amazing.
That's a good pick. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucked. It's honestly my worst memory outside of the 2009, 2010 New York Jets.
This is like the first time ever, like going 3-3
Again,
and then coming
the
back.
reverse sweep. You go up 3-0. All you got to do is just win in Boston.
Bro,
And now, like, what do we even chant? 2016. That sounds awful. There's nothing better than 1918.
Yeah, the rivalry was different
That's
back then in the
That's
old
gone.
stadium. I've seen people get pushed like down rows of people, bro, in the Yankee-Boston rivalry in that old stadium.
Yeah.
All right.
Like drunk, like what?
DQ. Number 4.
My number 4 is the 03 Los Angeles Lakers.
Oof.
They had a
John
stacked
walked away
team.
for this.
They had a stacked team.
That's where Karl Malone is?
Yeah. Gary Payton, Kobe, Shaq. Couldn't get it done. You couldn't get it done.
Did you hear the pick, John?
For the finals that year?
No, did you hear his pick? I was asking.
Oh, no, that pick didn't make my list.
I said, did you hear the pick?
So yeah,
Yes.
he did.
He heard it.
Yeah, he heard it. He don't care.
No, he picked the Lakers.
Gotcha.
Yeah, are you upset about it or?
Of course, that was a bad. We should have won that year, but obviously there's a lot of stuff going on, internal beef.
Yeah. And then what happened in 2010, John? Yeah.
That's at 5. That's at 5 rings.
All right, Kev, number 4.
At number 4, I alluded to this. Nobody knew where it would fall on my list, but now I have the opportunity to throw a jab at our only Jets fan here, because I was gonna say one of our Jets fans, our only Jets fan here.
Yo, Kev, not enough with that. Jets fan.
2009.
Hey, Drew, who was our kicker in 2005?
Yo,
It blew our playoff chance. Who was it? What's his name? Just say his name. We all hate
It
him.
was Ihorn.
I wasn't watching.
What's his name?
It was Ray Finkel.
05. 05.
He said Ray Finkel.
05. What's his name? Pretty much Ray Finkel. What's his name?
Answer your dumb ass. Move. Kev, leave with your shit because
It was Doug Bryant.
Yo, Drew, wait. Drew, tell
why am I supporting this bum ass team if I'm not a fan, my nigga? Like, I got plenty of teams I can support, bro.
First of all, Drew, you're
screaming.
You just started watching basketball 6 years ago, so
Screaming. You're screaming. You're yelling.
Who wants to support that
Yo,
white
mute all these niggas.
Yo, Drew.
I'm trying to finish my take.
I'm done.
Yo, let Kev get his take.
I'm done.
Yeah, Drew, tell Ed to fuck off.
Mute all these niggas.
That's me,
So,
John.
so, Kev, at number 4, you got who?
I have the Jets, the 09-2010 Jets.
Why they on your list?
Why are they on my list?
Yeah.
2 back-to-back AFC Championship games.
Back-to-back AFC Championship games, defeating the odds. Sanchez looked like the franchise quarterback. And the only reason why they made my list is the fall from grace after was.
Well, you know what? Since we just had our biggest guest ever, and hopefully recurring guests,
Right.
follow Mark Sanchez's Fourth and Forever podcast. It's a really, really good podcast. You guys should totally listen to it. Mark, we want you on.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna plug him.
John at number 4.
Oh, it's me, right?
Yep.
04, the 04 USA men's basketball team.
oh yeah.
4.
I was trying to find the team, but I didn't remember what.
John,
year
I'm
it
giving
was.
you the. I'm trying to. Yeah, John.
Oh,
Yeah, John.
Oh, Mulan trailer.
They won bronze. That's what set up the whole Redeem team in 08. And
Right.
that's Kobe. And them.
Yo, they went ham on them, son.
Yeah, word.
All right, my number 4, I believe, is the 2012 team, Charlotte Bobcats. Went 7-59, worst NBA record in NBA history. Well, win percentage in NBA history.
Yeah.
Young Kemba, new organization ran by the GOAT, but
Who?
Michael Jordan.
Michael.
But it shit wasn't panning out right, man. They was getting their ass cooked. So that's my number 4.
Cool.
Drew at number 3. Who you got?
The Buffalo Bills shaming on themselves 4 times in the Super Bowl straight, bro. Like, how do you do that? Yeah, that's my 4.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to appear somewhere else.
You got 2 that should be much, much higher.
All right, Ed.
That should be much higher? I think
My opinion.
my last two is gonna be some shit.
You'll see them on my list. You'll see the Bills later on my
Yeah,
list.
you'll see them on my list too.
They're not there yet, but they're coming on my list.
They're coming.
Ed, who you got at number 3?
My number 3 is I believe it's the longest organization with the longest drought in all sports history. We're talking about 70 seasons until LeBron decided to go over there and win a championship.
This is for you.
But Cleveland has a drought between the Browns, between the Indians, between the Cavaliers, up until recently, of course. But my number 3 is the Cleveland Indians as an organization. We're talking about 70 seasons since winning a championship. That's brutal. That's brutal. You're talking
crazy,
maybe you're talking 3, maybe potentially 3 generations of like fandom that like has never seen them win.
Yeah, and we at some point when it comes to these 5-5, we always seem to be simpatico at some point.
Yeah, we're a simpatico. Always.
Yeah.
We always are.
So, but I'll get to my number 3. DQ.
My number 3 is LeBron's overall finals records. No. Oh, no. I would say it's the 2011 Heat team.
Okay.
Yeah, they're supposed to win that shit. But LeBron,
That's when Drew decided to start watching basketball, right?
Yeah.
2011.
Okay.
I really said that.
Tell Ed to fuck off and eat MC.
Stop! No one can say fuck off on this podcast. That's my thing.
He said, whoo,
Ed,
It's true. Like, come on. Like,
mute these niggas.
Yeah, DQ don't start because DQ.
Ed wants everyone on the bench.
Ed, guess what, Ed?
What, John?
Fuck off.
Yeah, fuck you, John.
Kev at number 3.
You ain't gonna get me to say it, John.
Number 3, I hate to put it on my list, but it is my hometown New York Yankees. We had a really bad year that year. The whole year, the whole world did. The 2001, right after 9/11 happened and everything like that.
Also, the D-back series, right?
Yeah, we had some dramatics to get into the chip, and we wanted them to finish it so bad just to like culminate the year, like finish it off right.
Finish off the year.
And it's sad to say, but I mean, we were still appreciative of their contributions to at least trying to uplift the city that year. But that was a really tough year to see them go all the way and lose it because it just felt so right.
Can I just say something real quick? Can I really? I have something I have to say.
That year. At least y'all in New York had Piazza that year.
Look,
uplift the city.
You know, the Yankees fans, like, we really, like, ride on this, like, 28 rings, bro. Like, 27 rings, bro. Like, we really ride this shit, but at least, like, for me, like, early 90s, like, 2001 when we beat the Mets. Or 2001. But we haven't seen much, man. Like, it's like every fucking year, I get hyped up thinking the New York Yankees are going to fucking make the World Series, and it's going to be the greatest moment ever. And, we all met at Berkeley. I won't say. We all met at Berkeley, California, because we're all intelligent, right, guys? We all met at Berkeley, and 2009 was our freshman year, and we loved it. It was magic, but, like, dude, from 2000 to 2009, and now we haven't seen shit since. Like,
and possibly got cheated out of too.
You all watched Derek Jeter, right? Throughout his whole career, he won titles.
He did.
Yeah. That's more than enough. My man was like,
I know, but I need more every year with the Yankees. It's championship or bust, except for like
that's great.
Those last.
I gotta put it this way: like with the Yankees, I feel
it sucks, man. It's just really, really hard to see these teams. This team not win
titles. All those is that title streak between in the 90s and the early 2000s. Anything before that to me doesn't really define who the Yankees really are to me.
Yeah, whatever, dude. You're just mad because you have like what 3?
2. But I'm not saying no. I'm not even. That was some funny shit. I'm saying the Yankees technically didn't win a championship during the best ever of baseball, which was the 80s. The 70s was okay.
Yeah, we were bad.
And then before that, there weren't that many teams in baseball to play against anyway.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
All right, John.
Number 3, right?
Babe Ruth gonna strangle you in your fucking sleep. Lou Gehrig and Mickey gonna be holding you down while Babe tries to.
Let's go hit some baseballs.
And Babe Ruth's Dominican too, so fuck that dude.
Yeah, facts. Babe Ruth, the first Dominican, he broke the color barrier, but nobody knew.
I'm sorry. Lips.
Let's let it flow, Dev. Let it flow.
John, at number
Hell
3.
no. I'm tired, bro.
I don't know what you're talking about. My number 3 is the Utah Jazz.
90s Utah Jazz.
90s Utah Jazz. Okay.
Yeah, I almost made my list.
Yeah, but that's not fair, though.
They went to the title twice and lost.
Yeah, but they had Jordan on the other side, man.
Graded.
A lucky shot by Kerr.
They won 60 games.
Right.
Went to the finals
I
back.
could pass the ball like Stockton.
All stars on their
That
team.
song is fire, bro. The radio dubbed Tory's verse, bro.
Yeah, well, because Tory, he's like what, 5'9", or 5'2"?
Nah, Tory's canceled, bro. He's shooting girls in the foot.
Yeah, word.
Me and Dory about to make a Kids Bop version of that.
Nah, but no
Yo,
lie.
you know
no
what?
lie,
Like,
Dev.
I know this isn't a hip hop podcast, but like,
Nah,
I fuck with Jack Harlow. I fuck with Jack
Yeah, I do
Harlow
too.
as far as the freshman.
nah,
And
Dev,
obviously
fuck
the
with Jack
baby's
Harlow.
dope.
dead ass. Tory's verse is the best verse on that track, bro.
You think
The
so?
remix. The remix.
The remix,
yeah.
yeah. Really, Kev? You're not gonna say Wayne?
Nah.
You the Wild Wayne fanboy.
I am, but Wayne's verse wasn't the best verse on that remix. It was definitely Tory's.
True. You
All
right.
right, number 3. I have the city of Cleveland. Again,
The
from
city,
Browns-
the whole city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From-
Simpatico, baby.
Yeah. Between the Browns, the Indians, the Cavs.
Up until recently.
Yeah, up until recent, and still Browns still ass. They show a lot of potential, but they don't really do shit. Indians still be ass. Cleveland had a moment, but then LeBron leave, and they ass again. So, they ass again. And then again, the year that he left, they was complete trash. That when he went to Miami. So the city of Cleveland, when it comes to sports, tend to be ass. So that's my number 3. All right, Drew, and number 2.
My number 2 is the winning playoff record of Peyton Manning, because as you have 2 Super Bowl championships, but you shit the bed multiple times in the postseason. Like, I think like multiple AFC championship games, you think your winning record should be way vastly than what you have than just 2 Super Bowls.
So your biggest loser is Peyton in the postseason.
Right.
Yeah, in the postseason. bro.
Playoff Peyton is
Right.
what we should
Playoff
call
Peyton.
it. Playoff Peyton.
Got it.
God dang old Peyton.
1, 2.
I love Peyton, man.
What happened?
So
I say he went to 4 Super Bowls and won 2. That's a
yeah.
500 record.
Yeah.
No, man,
He's 2-2. That's a 500 record. That's really good.
Undefeated though.
No, I don't.
That's Drew List. Don't argue Drew List. We're gonna get him upset. Eddie at number 2.
My number 2 has already been mentioned, but I always thought that they should always be much higher. Every year the Dolphins pop a bottle of champagne when no team has done it. But the 07 Patriots, they were supposed to be undefeated, win a Super Bowl, and say due to the Dolphins real quick, but it didn't happen because, they still remain the most undefeated team. So, John, yes, okay, while I think
I'll give him that. Technically,
and you know what? I'm gonna even throw in the just for shits and giggles. I'm gonna throw in the 11 Patriots as well. So I'm just gonna give you a long story long, real quick.
Long story long.
Shout out Barrett. Long story long. I remember I was working at a bar restaurant. You know what? I'm gonna shout it out because I worked there for 10 years, and who cares? Lazy Boy Saloon and Ale House in White Plains, New York. Best tequila wings on the planet.
That's a fact.
But I remember sitting there watching the game with my, at the time, girl I was trying to be with, now potentially future wife, watching that game. And I remember sitting back and watching and going, man, the Giants are going to lose this game unless something crazy like David Tyree happens. And that Mario Manningham pass happened. I swear to fucking God, I wish I was making it up. I will bring her on this podcast to make sure that she vouches for me. But that David Tyree catch was unbelievable. The Patriots thought with Randy Moss and Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, obviously being the big three in that, it was almost guaranteed that they were going to win that. But shout out Michael Strahan. Shout out Eli Manning. Shout out Brandon Jacobs. Fuck you, Tiki Barber. Fuck you. What was the tight end you guys had that sucked? What was his name? The tight end.
Yeah, bitch.
Fuck you, Shockey, for leaving the team. I was there with Kev. I already talked about this. We had the Tom Brady voodoo doll. That was the best moment of my life. Watching.
Shockey was on the 017 that won the Super Bowl. He was just.
Was he?
Yeah.
Was he?
Hurt.
Yeah, but still, fuck you, Shockey, the way that you left. You left on some fucking dirt shit. Shockey, Tiki Barber. Actually, never mind. Don't fuck you, Tiki Barber. I actually like everything you're doing, and I know you're really out there doing a lot in the podcast industry. So, Tiki Barber, I'm really, really sad you didn't get that Super Bowl ring. But the 07 perfect season came to a halt by the goddamn New York Giants.
Shout out to the, say it one time for one time, man. The G-Men.
The Giants. I won't say G-Men. That's gay.
I remember Lazy Boy, what they had them 20 wings for $5?
Yeah, that's
$20. Yeah. Wing night every Thursday, every Sunday, every Monday for football.
In there, yo.
Yeah. These guys would try to fucking they thought let's go see our buddy Ed. He's gonna hook us up. I didn't want to hook you guys up. You know how much trouble I fucking got in? Giving y'all free drinks, giving y'all free food.
Yo, we love you, Ed.
Yeah, y'all say it. It's cool. I had ties.
John, you got 5? Okay, you got 5? I got 5. All right, let's go.
We used to have the big ass
full disclosure, every time you guys paid the bill, I would just count that as a tip, and we would comp your whole bill.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just my money. Not
the restaurants. Good times.
Sorry, JR. I love you, buddy. Yeah, I know you don't listen, but still, either way.
They should need to do that shit again. All right, DQ. What you got at number 2?
I have my number 2 in my hand. I just fucking lost my train of thought for a second. Give me a second.
Come back. List, nigga?
I lost my train of thought, and I can't remember my number 2. I'm gonna write it down.
You don't have a list?
I wrote it down, but I threw the paper away. I don't have it with me.
Write a list.
Okay. Kev at number 2.
I got it.
Okay. DQ at number 2.
My number 2 is Freddie Adu.
Oh man, that's good. No, I respect him.
But this is teams.
I don't know, but he's a loser. My opinion, he's a big loser. He's right. I'm backing DQ on this.
You said we was gonna do players separate.
He said moments in players and teams.
Yeah, this is a moment.
Okay.
Dad,
okay,
give him the pass. Let him explain.
Okay. So Freddie Adu was a MLS player at 14.
I know who Freddie Adu is.
Hasn't done shit in 16 years of playing, pretty much. He was supposed to be the next Pele.
Yep.
And hasn't done shit.
Yeah, that's not for this list though.
That's not in sports. That's a big.
No, I mean the kid was hyped.
I know who Freddie Adu is, but we were doing teams. We're gonna do.
Okay, I didn't think you knew who he was.
Then you said teams and moments. Moments were
teams
separately.
Right. So you saying moments? Okay, moments in regards to a.
Yeah, I guess give us a game.
Moments.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a forfeit.
I guess give us a game.
That's a forfeit on number 2 for DQ.
So, okay, we'll get back to DQ. We'll pass you right now because it's teams and moments, not players and moments. We're going to do players separately. Another list.
Come on, but y'all gave Drew a pass for Peyton Manning.
He's doing playoff.
No, he did playoff Peyton.
Yeah, but I'm doing Freddie Adu's career. That's the same thing.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know, Dev. I'm kind of on his side.
I said playoff Peyton. You can get.
So if we're going to do that, then your shit is trash as well, Drew.
Who, me?
Drew. Because it was teams and we were going to do players separately.
And Dev did say that though. That's a fact. He said players, and
no, he said teams and
no. See, y'all don't. So in the group when I first brought it up,
I asked you before the class started,
and I said,
we do players, bro. There's only one.
Shut the fuck up, Drew. So when we first did this list, when I had greatest losers, the question came up was players and teams. I said I said at first. I said originally anything. Then John was like, we should separate it. I said, fuck, we're gonna do teams, and then we'll do players on another one.
No, but when I asked you for the pod started, you said teams.
I'm not getting no sleep tonight.
Teams and moments as a team.
Have you got to work tomorrow?
Yeah, all day, boy.
Damn.
Y'all already said what y'all said is gonna be on the pod, but Drew, your shit was trash. Now that I think.
How long you got to work?
And
Kev?
then DQ, your number 2 is trash.
9 to 9.
With that being
Go fuck
said,
yourself. I'm doing 7 to fucking. Oh, never mind. 9 to 9. That's a lot.
So Kev, at number 2, who is your greatest loser?
What year was it? Well, Super Bowl 15. I forget what year that was. The Seahawks not running.
We talked about this earlier.
Like just this overall as a team, I'd have been like, oh, all right, coach, yeah, I'm gonna throw the ball. I'd have got out to the huddle like, yo, coach is bugging, son. We finna run you right now like 3 more times. And because of that, they don't have Russ doesn't have 2 rings, and they don't have back-to-back chips, bro. And I feel bad for Marshawn, bro. It's just sad.
It would have been a Super Bowl moment right there, bro. Like that shit.
Yeah.
Bro, he did the homer nuts and
Hey, where anybody know where Malcolm Butler is today?
Yeah, he's a bum, bro.
What?
He's on the Titans. He's good.
Nah.
But I'm saying he doesn't have moments like that.
I don't think he's that nice, bro. I never thought he was.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think.
Remember when the Patriots sat him?
I don't think he's ever been shut down in his career, bro. That's how I feel.
Never, but he's a deep.
I forgot about that.
He had a good moment. John, at number 2.
And my number 2 is the 90s Buffalo Bills, that early team that went to 4 straight Super Bowls and lost.
God damn it. Wait, hey, John, never mind.
What? Say it.
Never mind. No, I'm not, because it's for me.
No.
It's for me. It's for me.
At number 2, I got the 08 Lions, 0-16. Even with Calvin Johnson, they ain't do shit.
Yeah,
they got cooked that year.
Calvin was like, I'm packing my bags and going home.
All right, number 1. We get into number 1.
AD.
Greatest team, losing team. Losing team. Number 1.
All right, I got you.
AD, go.
As a team that loses consistently, I think their last championship was in the 60s.
What's the third Super Bowl?
They never won ever again in life, which is the Cleveland Browns, bro. That's my greatest loser.
Oof. Drew, I was about to slap the shit out of you, but we're good.
I can't knock that pick.
I thought you were going to say the Jets, and I was like, how do you not know the last time we won a fucking Super Bowl? Because the last time we went to the –
I say
Yo, Drew, you already know what you got to tell Ed.
No, I know. Yeah, fuck off, bro.
Fuck. Right, again, number 1, Drew. That's
I say fuck off.
Again, Browns as an organization is pretty ass, and so they show a lot of potential as a recent, but we'll see how that work out. All right, Eddie, number 1. Who you got?
My number 1 is John. What I was gonna say is, anybody knows what Bills stand for? Anybody?
No.
Because I love losing Super Bowls.
I knew that. I did know that.
Yeah, of course. Duh. You suck, Scott Norwood. They were a field goal away from finally winning. I think it was the 3rd Super Bowl they were in. No, it was the 4th. I'm sorry. It was the 4th. That's how they ended up getting that name. Love Buffalo. If you ever go there, only go there for like 2 days. It's really, really good. Shout out Mike Schatzel, who literally runs Buffalo.
Shout out to Gazelle.
A couple of breweries and restaurants. But, yeah, the 90s Bills is my number 1.
Yeah. All right, DQ, number 1.
My number 1 is the
losing teams.
The Bills as well. And first one, because like my stepdad was a Bills fan, so him explaining to me how these dudes lost 4 Super Bowls in a row was always intriguing to me as a kid. Even though I couldn't play football, but I'm telling you telling me that they went to the Super Bowl 4 times in a row and didn't learn anything from those fucking 4 times being 4 years in a row. That's fucking insane.
It wasn't cheating, man. That's why they didn't win.
Bills don't cheat.
You ain't trying to win?
For real, son.
You ain't trying to win. You ain't cheating.
All right, Kev, at number 1.
So my number one has been said many times, many ways, but my New York Giants, bro.
Of course it is.
Are the only reason why the 72 Dolphins still sleep peacefully at night, even though y'all getting up there in age. All right? But
Dan Marino didn't get that one though. That sucks. Poor Dan.
Yo, word. But
he got there 1 year after.
The 07 Pats being undefeated and going into that game, I remember feeling nauseous and like I needed to shit the whole game. Like just the amount of anxiety going through my body.
I was with you the whole game.
Bro, I wanted to shit on
There was a bathroom right downstairs. You could have just left and take your shit.
He thought he was going to mess up.
Yeah. Couldn't miss nothing, bro.
Yeah.
But that game.
You didn't want to shit. You wasn't going to wait.
I mean, you can't.
I was.
That game was magic, bro.
We bonded so much in that game. That's why you became one of my good friends, I guess.
Thank you.
Aww.
Okay. Next.
All right, John, at number one.
Oh, that's easy.
He just threw a kiss to you. Okay. You know they got the reactions here where you can, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I don't know where Kev is. Oh, Kev is right here. Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, John.
My number one is the 07 Patriots. That's the greatest losing team ever.
Over the guys that lost 4 Super Bowls in a row?
Ever. Only because, and I feel bad, but Randy was cooking that whole year, bro.
I feel like
sure he was.
That's arguably probably, if it wasn't, I'm not winning the Super Bowl, it's still in contention, but that's probably one of the greatest football teams ever.
Yeah, ever, if we didn't win. Facts.
74 Dolphins might have something to say about that.
But
why? Because
72? Oh, sorry.
Won.
All right.
Yeah, whatever, John. Fuck you.
One last time. 07 Patriots lost because, shout out to them.
Giants. You guys remember that commercial with Justin Timberlake where he was like chewing bubble gum? And they're like, "Oh, Justin, you're on," because I think he did the halftime show that day when we all saw a free movie. We were kids,
we did.
so it's cool. But Justin like took his gum out and like stuck it on David Tyree's helmet, and then obviously they showed the play where David Tyree caught that bullshit on his head.
All right, my number one is the Bills. 4 consecutive Super Bowl appearances. Zip zero, big donut. Shit's crazy. Didn't see it, but to hear about it, shit, sounds wild.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my number one, and that's our episode 20.
Thank God. Was this the same episode that we interviewed Barrett Brooks?
This is the episode where we interviewed Barrett Brooks. Thank Barrett for coming by.
That was today?
Yeah, y'all got long-winded at the end. Y'all added an extra 40 minutes to the damn thing. So, and Molly ain't doing his job shutting y'all up.
Shut the fuck up. So thank you guys for watching this episode or streaming this episode.
The 20.
Listening to it, whether it's Google Podcasts, whether it's Apple Podcasts, whether it's Spotify, whether it's Anchor, whether it's Stitcher, we are on all platforms. We prefer you guys watch us on YouTube because we do a lot of clips in there. When we do our Fab Five, when we do our Start Bench Cut, there's a ton of clips. So while we do like that you listen to us on your podcast networks, we do want you to watch the actual YouTube video.
And we want to get our subs up. Subscribe.
Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you don't want to, that's fine. But at least, maybe drop a comment. Tell us who you are.
Nelly style.
And again, that's our episode 20. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, listen. And like always, we got the whole team here. Thank you, Barrett Brooks, for dropping by. Eddie.
Oh, we out.
Out.